What's up? About to cancel. Did I mess up? What's up, guys? Hold on a second. I gotta see if I gotta cancel this thing out or what's going on here. I tried doing something new. I was trying to do like a pre-setup, you know. But I guess I thought it would just work straight through the software, but I guess it's not. But we'll see. I know there's 10 people watching. Wow, that's shitty. Oh, that's right. I have it set to shitty quality. Alright, I can do my like here. So how is everybody today? Is everybody good? Are you doing good? Are you doing alright? I hope so. They're trying to get into... I just emptied out the dog food bag and they're trying to get in there. What's up, VLA? What's up, Kim Tone, Nagasaki, and Carol? Of course, Carol's here. I gotta get my bowl real quick. I brought my salad, but I forgot to bring my little dipping bowl. So I gotta get that real quick. If you guys don't mind giving me one. You're finishing the dishes. I just did my dishes. I just did them. In fact, I found another spoon in here that I forgot to take out. I did that one myself. Gosh darn it. Can't blame it on Donnie that time. That's what I get. I was trying to get ahead of the game, and I'm not even ahead of the game. So how is everybody doing tonight? I hope you're all good. I hope you're good. Everybody enjoying their day? What the heck is it? Where's my... That's weird. Stream chat's not going through there. Am I not on Twitch today? Who knows? We'll see. Let me see if I type. Oh, there we go. You'll be back in a little bit. All right, VLA. All right. Dang, we're down to 9 people. What the heck? Where is everybody? Let me go to my channel real quick and see what the heck is going on. Let's see what I did wrong. Did I do something wrong? Why does it still show that? No, it's fine. That's weird. Okay. I guess we're all good then. Just everybody must be somewhere else tonight. They all left me. Nobody wants to see me. Let's see. There we go. Now I can read everything. All right. So we got a couple new jurors today, or in the George Floyd trial. What do you guys think of that stuff? You guys, anybody watching it with me? How many people were watching it with me today? I'm trying to find my salad dressing. I ordered this. It's your Friday? You start your vacation? Nice. I need a vacation. Actually, no, I don't. No, I don't. I just got back. What's up, Steve Pitts? Steve and John Wick. How you guys doing? So I gotta measure out my what do you call it? My salad dressing, because I can only have so much. Because Johnny Yuma's on my butt. Well, he's not really. Actually, Johnny's really not on my butt too much about this. So that's 2. That's 3. I get 4 of these little things. And I'm waiting for the actual... This one has 60 calories. He's told me I got to worry about my calories and my sodium. But it has 300 milligrams of sodium. That's a lot. That's a lot. You know Johnny Conqueror will be there at the trial? Probably not, huh? Probably not. So is everybody having good day? Wonder where Drunk Uncle... Oh, wait, that's why I didn't tell everybody in the chat room that I'm live. I keep forgetting. You got to tell everybody in the chat room. What's up, Julius? Long time no see. We gotta tell... Somebody must be out front. Dogs are going crazy. Let me text Drunk Uncle. He's probably at work. He'll get here in like 15 minutes. Let's see. I gotta text Drunk Uncle. He doesn't feel special unless I send him a text. Although I know he's probably still at work. Because I know his work times. What's up? What's up, Julius? What's up, made in the USA? Guys want a little spinach? You guys like spinach? I like spinach. It's not bad. Especially when you do my little trick where you dip it in the dressing. You know. I should do this whole little like, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? My neighbor. Right now I'm just using, it's just a Kraft Zesty Italian. This was the lowest calories I could find at the store that I went to. What's up, Cody? But Johnny told me to get this stuff called Dorothy. I just ordered it. I can't even find it anywhere. I actually had to order it off of Amazon and pay like a ton of money for this stuff. It's not cheap. It's let's go to my Amazon. I'll just go right here. I got it on my phone. I'll tell you what it is. It is, and then it's not even a Prime thing, so I don't even get it right away. I gotta wait. It is, come on, roll up. It's not scanning up. The app is not working now. It's Dorothy something. Dorothy, boop, boop, boop. It's called Dorothy something, and it's light. I think, I don't know, your orders. How do I go to my orders? Donnie, there's no food in that. Okay, here it is. So it's called, it just shows me that I ordered it. Dorothy Lynch Homestyle Dressing. But you gotta get the, it's called the light. Oh wait, did I not even get the light stuff? Uh-oh, I didn't get the light stuff. Oops. Oh well. Dorothy Lynch, you're supposed to get the light and something, I think. It's not cheap to be healthy, no. Actually, it kind of is. And then, you know what I made today? I made my favorite, which Johnny says I can have a whole bunch of these. I still got, I just made it today. It's cucumbers. So you take cucumbers, you put, you cut them up, you put lemon in there, you just squeeze your lemon in there, and then you put this little chili powder on there. It's called tahini. Really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. Serving size of quarters, 0 calories, 0 grams of fat, 138 milligrams of sodium. That might be a lot. But he told me to eat it, so look. I love it. And I think today, sorry, I know I shouldn't be talking and eating. I think today I weighed myself, but it was about the same. But I got the scale that's not working right, so I ordered a new scale that I thought was coming in today. But I won't be here tomorrow, till tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll weigh myself when it comes in and see if this is all doing good. Because Johnny says you weigh yourself right after you wake up and go to the bathroom. Because, you know, you get all them fluids out. You know. What, Brownie? Brownie wants to come say hi. Come on. Brownie wants to say hi to everybody. Come say hi to... You're not giving me hugs right now. You can say hi to everybody. Say hi, Browners. Say hi. Huh, little troublemaker. Alright, get down, mamas. Come on, get down. Go on. Alright. There's not a lot of chat going on. Why aren't you guys chatting? Normally we got a whole shitload of chat on here. Alright, we're gonna start with the news then. How about that? I'm gonna show a Crowder video, a part of a Crowder video, but I'll wait till... oh shoot, I forgot. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hold on. Let me put some green on me so that way I don't get pinched. Who's gonna pinch me? Who wants to pinch me? There we go. Look, I like this hat a lot. I really do. That's why I wear this, dog. She's some kind of a terrier. That's a Brownie. She's some kind of a terrier mix. I don't know. She wasn't meant to be my dog. She was... Cucumber got on the side. So when I brought Sugar home, my pit bull, my nephew lived next door, and he's like, "Oh, Theo Eddie, you got me a puppy." And no, I'm not Irish. And so I was like, sorry, mijo, you know, your mom says you can't have dogs. And I didn't want to give him a pit bull, right? And so his mom came over and she's like, Eddie, you know, if you want to get your godson, if you want to get your godson a dog, go ahead and get it, but it has to be little. So I got Brownie and gave it to my nephew. I was like, here you go, mijo. And he was so happy and excited. And then, like 2 days later, they brought her Brownie over and they said, guess what? All my kids are allergic to her. You got to take her back. So that's how I got Brownie. Because if you guys know me, I am not a little tiny dog person. But I've had her for 6 years now, and she stuck on me. She grew on me. But I wouldn't get another little dog after that. In fact, you guys all know the dog I just got. Come here, Donnie. Come on, puppy. Come on, Donald. Here, I know how to get him. Where's your dog treats? Where's your doggy treats? Where'd I put them? Uh-oh, where'd I put the doggy treats? They probably got to him and decided to eat them all. Oh, yeah, did you guys see the new shirts that me and Drunk Uncle got? The Crowder shirts? It says, deplatform this. Louder with Crowder. You know what I would have put, though? I would have put bitch on the bottom. Just to be a little more pissy. Where did I put your dog treats at, Donnie? Oh, he's gone now. Oh, well. Oh, well. Anyways, let's get to the news. How about the news, guys? Let's see. You lost a few more pounds. You've been drinking water more. You were 202, and now you're weighing 195. Good job, AAL. What's up, Bearcat Babe? Tony B, you're 16% Irish? How do you know the 16? Is that because of one of those tests you do? The only green you have is boogers. Not me. Give Donnie a big old B phone. Oh, here he comes. Here. He actually eats this stuff with me. Come here, Donnie. No? Where's your dog treats at? Why are you being a brat? He's like, Dad, I know you're going to pick me up. Come on. And he ran away. He doesn't like being on camera for some reason. I don't know why. 7 years ago, you were 386 pounds. Wow, that's like a miracle. I was probably on my way to that. Here, let's see if he likes pepino. You like pepino, Nani? He took it. Let's see if he eats it. And AAL, that is so awesome. He's licking it, but he's not eating it. Dude, I gave you one of my pepinos. Alright, come here. Come on. Come with Dad. I don't know why you're being such a brat. Come here. Oh my God, he is too heavy. There he is. Say hi, Donnie. Yes. Don't worry, Jackie's not gonna mess with you. He's like, what is he? I guess he's 4 months now. Are you 4 months old now? Huh? We go to the vet, I think, on Friday for his very last surgery. Or, not surgery, I just read surgery up here. We go to the vet on Friday for his very last shot and his rabies shot. You had gastric bypass surgery 7 years ago on February 2014. Nice. Pick it up and eat it, Donnie. Brownie ate it. Brownie actually ate it. Yeah, he's huge. He was 45 pounds 2 weeks ago when we took him to the vet. So he goes for his final shot on Friday. And then, I don't know. On Saturday, I'm going down to LA. So I still don't know if I want to take him or not, because I'm worried if there's might be Antifa there. And I don't want to take him when there's Antifa. But we'll see. We'll see. Alright, let's get to the news. Gotta pull up my britches. Does anybody still call them britches? Huh? What's up? Okay, come on then, Brownie. Say hi one more time, little brat. There you go. You giving Daddy a hug? This is how they give dads hugs. Huh, you give your dad a hug? Alright, mamas, get down. Get down, sweetheart. All right, let's do the news. We'll start with the Fox stuff. We'll see what Fox is up to. Oh, yeah. So, did you guys see this about John Kerry? John Kerry got caught on a plane without a mask. I got too many things on here now. Is it on there? And it's not even on there. Because I messed it up. Here we go. Strange animal. I was watching Steven Crowder before this. All right, let's hit play. Let's watch this.
Flight from Boston to Washington.
Why is it so quiet? Oh, there we go.
Breaking tonight, just a few minutes ago, a Tennessee newspaper reporter has posted an image showing White House climate czar John Kerry on a commercial airlines flight, American Airlines, without a mask. The image is said to be from today on an American Airlines flight from Boston to Washington. Fox News has confirmed the photo's authenticity with the passenger who took it. American Airlines says on Twitter, masks are required on board our aircraft, and we are looking into this. Fox News has reached out to Kerry and the White House for comment.
Vanush, I'm busy. John Kerry sitting on a plane, not wearing a mask when he's supposed to, and he is the czar. The climate czar, right? Is he mad now because he's not on his is he mad because he's not on his private jet anymore? Because we also caught him on his private jet, right? Remember we caught him on a private jet? Skyla dogs, I thought you were more of a cat person. I do have a cat. My cat is badass too. She's a mean old bitch. She runs the neighborhood and she even beats up my dogs. Except for my pit bull. She doesn't beat up my pit bull. Nobody beats up my pit bull. Sugar's a badass pit bull. Let's see. So, Biden administration to be sued by the red states over revocation of the Keystone XL permit. Suit argues president lacks authority. Is this going to be the right video? Let's see. Probably not. Oh, no.
I'm a Verizon engineer.
I thought I already watched the stupid commercials. Man, I watched the commercial once already. It's going to make me watch the whole damn thing. Well, then we'll just read it. A group of red states will file a lawsuit on Thursday against the Biden administration for revoking the permit for the Keystone XL pipeline. Something that he told everybody he wasn't going to do. The very first thing he does is he screwed all of his labor unions, right? What was it, 14,000 people that lost their job because of it? And they're all Democrats that were told, vote for Biden, he will take care of you. And then 5 minutes into the presidency, he said, you know what, thanks for voting with me, but screw you guys, I'm getting rid of the Keystone pipeline permit. Right? Oh my gosh, can you believe that? The lawsuit, first obtained by Fox News, is led by Montana and Texas, and backed by 19 other states, including Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, Georgia, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Texas, Utah, West Virginia, and Wyoming. Geez, West Virginia and Wyoming, aren't those a lot of freaking Democrat states because they have unions in there? Weird. It's funny how that works. Names President Biden as several of his cabinet members, secretaries as defendants. The lawsuit says the president is issuing his January 20th, like I said, the day he took office, executive order, and his cabinet officials in enforcing it are exceeding their authorities under both the Constitution and the Administrative Procedures Act. Montana Attorney General Austin Knudsen. Is it Knudsen or Knudsen? I think it's Knudsen, right? Is it Knudsen? I don't know. Said the suit is aiming to salvage a project that was a lifeline for his state. Exactly. He just lost so many freaking jobs for those people. Republicans who supported the pipeline said it was a safe way to transport Canadian oil to refineries into the United States and was creating American jobs. And Canadian jobs, right? But Biden said that building oil infrastructure sent the wrong message to the world about how seriously they take on climate change. So instead, instead of one very secure pipeline, right? Welds are freaking, the welds on these pipes have to be I've been there. I was a union plumber. They have to be x-rayed. They have to be inspected. These welds have to be so perfect that nothing's going to go wrong. Everything is earthquake strapped. Everything is taken care of. This pipeline is so secure that not a single drop would have ever freaking leaked, right? Not at all. But now instead, they want thousands of trucks, tanker trucks, right? On the road, creating gas. Dang, Panda, you're. I guess it's getting close to summertime. Panda's leaking her fur. So now you got all these trucks creating so much carbon dioxide that would have never happened with the pipeline. How is that saving energy? And then burning all that fuel, wasting gas, right? Wasting the rubber to put on the tires. That's plastic. That's not good for you. You know where plastic's made from? It's made from oil, right? Oh no. Almost everything you touch is made of oil. If you don't know that. Right? So let's just screw the whole country. Right? Gas prices are going out way up there. All because this asshole wants to save the environment, but he's actually creating more carbon emissions than he would have by having the pipeline. And it's more dangerous. Now, how many more trucks are on the road that can crash? You know, you get near somebody who doesn't know how to drive, or it's snowing and it's icy. Right? Oh, does he? We'll have to check it out. We'll have to look at that. So there you go. That's what you get for voting for Biden. Well, I'm sure everybody on this channel didn't vote for Biden, but who knows? Right, I gotta take a little dip of spinach here. I thought this was interesting. Hold on, we gotta get to the right spot. So a man was arrested outside Kamala Harris residence with a rifle and ammunition. But here what it says, DC police say. So I haven't read this yet, so let's see. I don't think this video is it. Hold on, close. Alright, Washington, D.C. police arrested a man outside the Vice President Kamala Harris residence on Wednesday after authorities found a rifle with ammunition in his car. Authorities responded to a report of a suspicious person near the Naval Observatory where the Vice President's residence is located at about 12 p.m. Eastern Time, according to D.C. Metropolitan Police. We should all go out there and every time she leaves her house just go, boo, right? You know, not attack her, not hurt her, just boo her. The suspect was identified based on an intelligence bulletin. Paul Murray, a 31-year-old resident of San Antonio, Texas, yeah, don't piss off them Texas, was initially detained by the U.S. Secret Service and later arrested by Metro PD. Police said Murray was in possession of a large-capacity ammunition feeding device. Gee, I wonder what that is. Murray faces several charges, including carrying a dangerous weapon, carrying a rifle or shotgun outside of a business, and possession of unregistered ammunition. Oh, sorry, we gotta register our ammunition now, huh? A representative for the vice president referred a request for comment to the Secret Service. Yeah, she doesn't want to talk about it. Harris and her family have been living at the Blair House, the official White House guest house residence on Pennsylvania Avenue, in recent weeks, while her new house goes under, gee, what is this? What's that thing right there? I'm like into electronics. Ooh, that's a neat, look at that Rode mic. I bet you that's, ooh, I gotta check some of this stuff out. Looks like some good wireless mics there. Eddie spending money. Eddie spending money. What's up, America? What's up, Brit? Let's see. That's all that came in. You were a union iron worker, rod buster. So what do you think about Biden, Patriot, Asaurus? I'm sure your union, because when I was in the union, did your union have to go or send you letters every year? This is how you vote. Just vote Democrat all the way down. That's what I got told every time I was in the union. You know what I told the union to do? I told them to go F themselves, and I voted Republican every time. Why didn't he take her out? Oh, man. I'm not going to go there, guys. I am not going to go there. Yeah, it is definitely targeted marketing. They know I'm a camera nerd, and they know I need all my camera equipment because the stupid FBI took my shit. And I've called them so many times, and they're not calling me back. I'd like my shit back, FBI. Although, I did get one thing. I called yesterday I called Verizon. I knew I forgot that I knew I had insurance, but I didn't think I could get it back because the FBI had taken. I didn't think because the FBI took my phone that they would give me one back. So I filled it out and I just said, "Oh, my phone was lost." And they said, "When was it lost?" I said, "January 22nd. You know, the day the FBI took my phone." They said they had to process it this morning. I got an email or this afternoon saying, "Go ahead. We're gonna send you your brand new iPhone 12 Pro like I had before." Of course, I had to get the blue one, Dodger blue. And so Saturday when I go out, you know how we've been having trouble with my the lagging and stuff. Well, when I have my 5G phone in LA, we shouldn't have any lagging anymore. So that should be good. What's up, drunk uncle? How you doing, buddy? How's it going? You doing good? I waited for you before I showed this one video from Crowder. I know it's from yesterday and you probably saw it, but I don't care. Alright, guys, so yeah, I'm going to have my phone for this weekend. And on Saturday, watch me down in Huntington Beach. I'm sure Mago Hulk's going to be there. Fogwa's going to be there, you know, the rapper. My friend told me everybody from Latinos from Trump is going to be there. In fact, maybe we'll get Elza to call in tonight because she's the president of Latinos for Trump for California. But I know they're going to be there. So Huntington Beach is the spot. I'll be there on Saturday. Gonna be fun. Gonna be fun. After I change my brakes. I gotta change my brakes before I go. Because my brakes are bad right now. Alright, so confounding for what the heck is confounding? For Biden administration to announce press conference 9 days in advance. Because they want to get all the questions. Oh, we can watch this one. And it's Kayleigh McEnany. We get to watch her. Is it going to play? Hit play. It won't play. Well, that sucks. I guess there's no video. All it does is go right back to that. Well, that sucks. They put her name so people will watch the video, but there's no video. Yeah, I'm going to LA this weekend, guys. I will be there on Saturday. I'll probably call some of my boys down there and see if I'll have security down there. Dang, Vanush called like a long time ago and left that long of a voicemail. Something crazy must be going on in Fresno. She's calling me. Let's see. The Biden. That's not even. Where is it? That's weird. Oh, there's an interview. Let's see. Let's click here to watch the full interview. Watch, you're gonna make us watch a stupid. Oh, of course it's rehearsed. That's why they're doing it for the whole entire week. Are we gonna have to watch another commercial? Yeah. Well, fuck their commercials. I'll talk to you over the commercial. So how's everybody going? I still can't get that stupid Steven Crowder song out of my head. Strange animal. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, here we go. We should be back now. There we go.
Hey, it's only been months.
That's not Kayleigh.
President Biden now set to hold his first solo news conference a week from tomorrow. But he's been in office for 8 weeks, 56 days. Actually,
what the hell's going on here? Fox News, you suck today.
on that day, it'll be 64. Yes, we're counting. He is now the first president in modern history to go this long without formally facing reporters. His press secretary is insisting that he's been accessible to the press all along. Take a listen.
The president takes questions several times a week, which is an opportunity for the people covering the White House to ask him about whatever news is happening on any given day.
Oh, he takes questions. Is that inside his own residence, Kayleigh?
Yeah, it's extraordinary, Harris, that he hasn't taken questions so far. And it's also confounding to me, as Dana Perino, one of my predecessors, pointed out, that they chose to announce this 9 days in advance. 9 days, a lot can happen then. And one of the advantages you have when you're in the White House is to gauge the messaging on any given morning. And Perino said it was the Perino rule. You didn't announce a press conference till the morning of. Well, that was also the McEnany rule during my tenure, because you want to see what the news cycle is. And to promise this 9 days out, no one knows what the news cycle will be. No one knows what will happen. And to put this kind of pressure on and have this buildup where we're all going to be watching this, it's really an extraordinary way to go about things, a confounding confounding strategy, and I'm not entirely sure why they chose to do it this way.
Oh, somebody just said circle back. Who said that? Who said circle back? So today the judge said circle back on, while we were watching. Oh, Philip. Today the judge was like, we should circle back on that one in the trial. So let's show you some Jen Psaki. There you go. There you go. Alright. Since Drunk Uncle is here, I was watching this today, and I know he watched it yesterday, because this is from yesterday's Crowder. See, I got the full version.
What?
But you guys gotta watch this. He does a pretty good show, so I'm gonna play this for you guys.
Well, what you're talking about is our 15 days to stop the spread initiative. If we can get America to all pitch in for the next 15 days, we can flatten the curve, which is a term that you've been hearing a lot, not overwhelm our healthcare systems.
That's a surge of cases, so you need to stretch it out.
Self-quarantine for 14 days.
Stay at home as much as possible.
Stay home.
Stay home.
People should not be walking around with masks. There's no reason to be walking around with a mask. And the fundamentals are not rocket science. It's universal wearing of masks.
Masks are very important.
For me, it's easy because I have a lot of masks.
This is okay. Just try to focus on the positive.
How do I look? Like a kind and thoughtful person?
Wear a mask.
Wear a mask all the time.
And if you don't, you are a selfish mother****.
Growing number of confrontations over wearing masks.
She's the tearful mom who was booted from a plane after her 2-year-old daughter just would not wear a mask.
You put another layer on, it just makes common sense.
2 masks are indeed better than 1.
Double masking, as it's called.
A 3-layer mask could block up to 90%.
The thing that'll get us back is the vaccine.
No miracle is coming. Our nation has achieved a medical miracle. We have delivered a safe and effective vaccine in just 9 months.
Once you're able to get the shot, you will still need to wear a mask.
Dosing a first dose without a second dose available, that's just not in the label.
We have to do a double dose, right? How significant it is for Americans to receive both doses.
Have had your second vaccine shot.
We will issue further guidance on what you can and cannot do once fully vaccinated. If we do our part, by July the 4th, there's a good chance you, your families and friends will be able to get together in your backyard or in your neighborhood and have a cookout and a barbecue and celebrate Independence Day. That doesn't mean large events with lots of people together, but it does mean small groups.
This is what I wanted to show you guys too. This is funny.
That's how we do. But this time, something just escaped, and I just wanted to. It's thought you ought to know. Oops, my bad. I swear I never meant for this. Get away, Chinese flu. I swear I never meant for this.
Why can't I think of his name right now on there? I gotta play that song. Alright, I always got that song in my head, so I gotta freaking, I had to play that. Maybe it'll come out of my head. But more than likely not. What are you crying about now, Donnie? But I also got my piss on YouTube sticker today. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna stick it on. I don't know. Gonna stick it on something. Probably gonna stick it back behind me. Who the hell knows? No anal swab for Eddie. No. Eddie does not play that game. Alright. Where were we? Oh yeah, we were over here. We were over here. I heard that some lady got they took her kids away from her at school because she didn't wear a mask going to school. I don't know what the hell that was. I couldn't find it on the internet, but somewhere I read it. But maybe I read wrong. Who knows? Alright, why can I? What's going on here? How do you get rid of these things? I wanted to show you the extra emojis I got. There we go. There we go. Much better. Yeah. Did you guys like that song? No, I thought that song was pretty cool. Have I seen the latest green screen deal with Biden? Oh, you mean the one with the mic? To where they put up a fake mic? I don't get why they put up a fake freaking mic. Anyways. NBC's Mehdi Hassan grills Lincoln Project advisor over group scandals. How much money did you guys make? So NBC hosts these stupid freaking commercials all the time, man. Turn off. Had a fire exchange this week with Lincoln Project senior advisor Stuart Stevens about the scandals plaguing the anti-Trump group. Hassan, an NBC contributor who also hosts a program on NBC's Peacock streaming service, began by quoting former Lincoln Project advisors who have called for the group to disband, with one saying she hopes that none of its leaders are found to be criminals. I bet you they are. Stewart, your own former advisors are hoping your criminals will... criminals and calling for you to shut down. Where does that leave your organization? Stevens reported by saying he couldn't disagree with that more and calling the suggestion absurd before touting the Lincoln Project as the most successful super PAC in the history of America. Really? Is this it? Oh, wait. No, this is just when that guy did... Let's see if this is it. Oh, no, we're not watching a 16-minute video. Let me talk, please, Stevens said before praising the group's transparency with its investigation of sexual harassment allegations against John Weaver. Why does every single Democrat PAC and company, that's just far enough I'm going to read on this junk, but why does every single Democrat PAC, Democrat group, Democrat everything, why do they all have to sit there and have some pedophiles on their show, right? Sorry guys, if you don't like pepinos, I love it. Cucumbers and lemon and tahini sauce. I can eat this all day long. All day long. What's up, Trey for Trump? Oh yeah, I gotta get you a shirt set up. Alright. So Biden had said Psaki, our favorite person. That's the only problem with eating cucumbers. Their little seeds get in all over the place. Yeah, they're all pedos, right? Psaki says tax increase on high earners will apply to families, not individuals. Now, what the heck? Before even going into the story, so you're saying if you make $200,000, oh wait, I'm sorry, $400,000, right? And you have kids to support, you have to pay more taxes than if you're $400,000 without kids? What are they trying to say? Because your kids go to school, you got to pay more money? It just popped in my head. Maybe, I don't know. Disneyland is going to open up March 18th, 2021, but you got to wear a stupid mask. Yeah, I'm not going to go. I don't need Disneyland. Oh my gosh. Florida governor said no BLM and leftist BS will be taught in Florida schools. Good. Good. All right. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said Wednesday that under President Trump, Biden planned to increase the taxes on the wealthy families rather than individuals making less than $400,000 could pay more. In a Wednesday interview with ABC News, Biden had seemed to refer to individuals when he talked about a tax hike. Yes, anybody making more than 400 grand will see a small to significant tax increase. Well, I don't gotta worry about that, I guess. If you make less than $400,000, you won't see one single penny in additional federal tax, Biden added. But wait, didn't he cancel all of President Trump's tax breaks for everybody? And didn't that help the people that were down making less money? So they had a tax break, and now they no longer have a tax break, right? Oh my gosh. So I guess he did raise taxes on there. He just didn't raise it himself, right? On the let's see, we read that family, Sockley replied. Why did it move again on me? She didn't say the threshold would be lower for single filers. Previously reporting has been unclear whether the tax increase would be applied to married couples or individuals. Citing White House sources reported this week the tax rate would apply to individuals making more than $400,000. A $400,000 household income will put a family in the wealthiest 1.8% of Americans. Biden's tax hike, according to Bloomberg, would also raise the corporate rate from 21 to 28%, raise capital gains taxes on those making over $1 million, and expand the estate tax and what does pare back mean? Pare back tax, I don't know what the hell that means. You guys know what that means? Biden said he may not be able to get any Republican support for the increase, but sounded confident he'd get Democrat votes. Of course, because the Democrats are the one that's running his ass. Oh my gosh. An analysis of Biden's campaign tax plan concluded that the Tax Policy Center estimated it would raise $2.1 trillion in new revenue over a decade. What a POS. I mean, I'm glad I don't make freaking, I'm glad I don't make 400 grand and got to deal with this, but still, come on. I mean, come on, all. What's up, Boris? Which video came out yesterday? Johnny, you gotta tell me. Yeah, they definitely don't know how economics work. Alright, look at that handsome man on the screen. I miss seeing him coming out of the White House. I thought Harris was going to replace him already. Sorry. That was my thoughts. I love spinach. I don't know why. Maybe because they used to call me Popeye and I had big arms. I used to eat, you know, it's cream spinach is really good. But I don't think Johnny's going to let me eat that on the diet. Right? By the way, Johnny, I'm eating my spring salad for you. Johnny told me to eat this before I eat my dinner because I told him I eat after the show. So we got some spring salad. And I took my 2 teaspoons of dressing. And I got pepinos, which are cucumbers. I love pepinos. I love them. You just gotta... Oh, while you're in here, Johnny. Dude, this thing says it has 130... Where was it? Since you're in here. 136 milligrams of sodium. Isn't that bad? Isn't that bad for me? You told me I gotta lower my sodium. If I can't put that on there, that's fine. The lemon works still good. Alright, back to the news. Sorry, guys. President Trump commented on a recent correction the Washington Post made about the 2020 election. In an interview on Tuesday, the 45th president said what happened in Georgia was a disgrace. He said it was good the Washington Post was forced to make the correction of the report in which they suggested he had intimidated the Secretary of State to find enough votes to tip the scales. President Trump also pointed out that the original report had no context and only went off the words of an elected officials. What the heck? When did When did you think the news told the truth, right? That's why you guys come to me for the news, because we read the news and then we go back and we talk back and forth, right? That's what we do. Oh, Maddie and Courtney Cook, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate. That's awesome. Thank you, thank you. Gonna help me go to Minnesota when the riots start, because you know they're gonna start. You know the riots are gonna start, whether they convict him or not. And if they convict him, they're gonna be like, well, he should have got 50 years in jail or the death penalty, not freaking just this. You know what's gonna happen. You know there's gonna be riots, and they're just gonna do it so they can go get that money, and probably somebody from the Democrats is paying for them, right? Additionally, Trump took aim at the Supreme Court for refusing to hear his campaign challenges of the election results. Man, oh man, and our Supreme Court and courts did not have the courage to overturn elections that should have been overturned. Because you're talking about decisive amounts, hundreds of thousands, and even millions. You know, this is going to be, we're going to be fighting over this for years. Hopefully we get down to the wire and get it fixed. The 45th president also cast blame on several so-called rhinos for lost seats in both the House and the Senate. I miss President Trump. Don't you guys miss him? Don't you miss seeing that face? Philip, you think they're gonna destroy Minneapolis? You know, Bearcat Babe, well, when I made these pepinos, it said I can have, this said, because we're talking about measuring, this is, and where did Johnny? I didn't see what Johnny said. Did Johnny reply to me on that? Nope. Johnny didn't reply to me on that one. Anyways, but I know this is I can have, it's 100, how much is it? What's the serving size? Serving size is a quarter teaspoon. Oh, wow. But I know I didn't put a quarter teaspoon in there. I know I didn't put a quarter teaspoon in there. I'm golden like that. Let's see. Report 73% of voters are worried about the migrants spreading COVID-19. I would have to say it's a whole lot more than that already. Drunk Uncle is asking, didn't they dismiss some already selected jurors because they became biased after hearing? It's a $27 million payout, but yeah, the jurors today they contacted them and they became very biased about hearing the $27 million payout. Alright, since we haven't started yet, let's get onto this. So, they got rid of some jurors today. They called them up via Zoom and said, hey, I think there was 8 of them, right? 8 of them? There was 8 of them. And they said, we just want to know, have you seen the news about the payout? Right? And would it affect your judgment? Well, for the people that said they had seen it, you know, they kind of got kicked out because they were saying, yeah, I think it's wrong. But listen to this. If you called me up and said, hey, did you hear about the money that was given out to George Floyd's family by the city? And will it affect your judgment? You know what that's going to make me think? That's going to make me think, gee, I wonder how much money he got. Then I'd go on the internet and I'd look it up. You know they did. You know they're probably looking it up right now. So I have a feeling they're going to be able to call mistrial now. No matter who wins, I guarantee you they're going to call mistrial. And the other thing is, oh, my brain's freezing. So he dismissed a witness, and he said he wanted it done for cause, which means the judge does it because this person's not going to be a good juror because they're biased or what have you. Now, the judge denied it because you only get so many strikes. You can only say, I don't want this juror so many times. And here's the problem. So the judge denied his claim. Well, this juror announced their whole entire freaking address on TV. Now this juror is going to be scared, right? So I would have said, hey, this juror's going to be scared. He can't compete in this trial because he told his whole freaking address on TV and the judge would have let him go. So I do not know why that lawyer didn't catch it. The lawyer should have caught that, right? Yeah, it's a ridiculous number, Drunk Uncle. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good in the hood. All right. So I can believe this because, you know, I know tons of people who are sick and tired of of the immigrants coming in right now. So a new poll showed on the majority of voters has concerned about migrants bringing COVID-19 into the United States. On Tuesday, a poll by Rasmussen found that 73% of participants were worried about a large number of migrants possibly super spreading the virus to Americans. How many people have we found out that are actually have COVID and they just put it right back in? They just put them in our country, right? So this is in Baja California. Meanwhile, over 100,000 illegal immigrants have crossed the U.S. border under the Biden administration's new policy. You know, I've got to go get my passport. I haven't had a passport since I went to Holland, and that was like in 1980s. So I got to get a new passport so I can go down to Mexico, hook up with Blue, Oscar from Border News Network. President Biden's border crisis has got to be reversed. If you look at where we are right now, you have thousands of people crossing illegally into the United States every single day. Those border states are getting overrun, and it's a drain on their resources. There are super spreader caravans coming across. Yes, they are. Yes, they are, right? Not only that, they could be attacking people, hurting people. You know, they could have a bad background. I mean, look at my friend Agnes. Her son was shot by an illegal alien and killed. Look at Corporal Ronell Singh from a couple years ago. A cop was murdered by a guy who had been deported 7 freaking times. But no, we don't have a border problem. We don't need border walls. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, this gunman. You guys all hear about this gunman? I guess he didn't get a very good massage at the massage parlor and was pissed off and went in there. GOP lawmakers have condemned the shootings that took place in Georgia on Wednesday. South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace told One American News Network that she hopes the 21-year-old alleged gunman is held accountable and justice is served. We've seen a rise in anti-Semitism as well and attacks on others because of their religious beliefs. We got to make sure that we investigate the fullest extent of the law and hold the murderer accountable. How many people did this guy? He went to like 8 different massage parlors or something like that. While authorities have said the shooting spree was not a hate crime, May stated she stands by the Asian American community impacted by the violence. You mean the Asian American community that forces their people to work in a massage parlor and give men, maybe even women, freaking sexual service after their massage? Right? I mean, come on. It's disgusting what they do to these women. You know, they force them to do whatever they want to do. Sexually, right? Just to pay their way into the United States. And you know what? From what I understand, they never end up paying their bill because they charge so much interest rate that it's just way the hell up there. What's up, HD Raz? How you doing? Right? These poor ladies. Think about it. You gotta massage all these fat slobs and dirty guys and do crazy things with them. I mean, I love America, but I wouldn't be giving blowjobs to come to America. I'm sorry. No, I don't love America that much. I'll go back to Holland where my mom's from, right? Went to 3 massage parlors and killed 8 Asian women. It's sad. It's sad. And you know what? Those 8 Asian women are probably in heaven now and probably better off because they're not having to do sexual favors. That's disgusting. Disgusting. You heard today that he was a freaking customer of all the massage parlors. I'm sure he was. I'm sure he was, and was addicted to their sexual services and wanted to change by killing them. That's bad. That's just... I feel sorry for those ladies. I mean, all the tragedy they've had in their life. You know, they were probably shipped over here in a shipping container. It's sad. That's a sad freaking thing, you know? You heard only 4 were actually Asian? The Department of Homeland Security, Mayorkas, testifies before the House Committee on the growing border crisis. Yeah, let's keep on sticking with the border crisis. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. He does not look like an Alejandro Mayorkas, does he? He definitely does not. He doesn't. I look more Mexican or Hispanic than he does, don't I? Everybody thinks I'm Hispanic. I actually used to lie to girls and say I was Mexican, half Mexican, just to get them to date me. Because they were like, I ain't dating no white guy. I'm like, well, I'm half Mexican. I speak good enough Spanish, so it worked, you know. All right. Homeland Security Homeland Secretary. OAN's got to double check their writing on here. Mayorkas was recently grilled over the ongoing crisis at the southern border while testifying before the House Homeland Security Committee Wednesday. He said the department has continued to enforce immigration laws while restoring fairness and efficiency. This comes as the Biden administration has remained under fire for undoing President Trump's immigration policies and putting the U.S. on pace for the highest number of apprehensions at the border in 2 decades. And so get this. They'll tell you, oh yeah, what did they say? They said they caught 100,000 people trying to cross the border last month. 100,000 people. Oh wait, I thought you guys were up there. Sorry. And so 100,000 people is what they caught. Can you imagine how many got through? Probably double, triple. What the heck? Anyways, back to the screen. Sorry, I didn't put it on there. Let's see. I'm deeply concerned that the administration has created a border crisis through predictably misguided policies and executive orders, denied the reality of the situation, and dodged accountability, stated Representative John Katko, ranking member of the House Committee. At the same time that the American schools remain closed across the country, the United States border is open to foreign nationals. I know, right? I know, right? You do have to say you're liking the MSN turning on the circle back girl. Did they? I don't watch MSN. I haven't checked it out. HD Raz. That's kind of interesting. So where was I? What do you guys think? I mean, how many of you guys have kids that can't go to school, right? But yet the border is freaking open. The border is open. Just come on, guys. Just come on. We'll take y'all. After taking office, President Biden wasted no time, Cato continued. In fact, one of his first acts was to pull out his pen and unravel our border security and immigration enforcement posture. You know what? Let's go check out Ben. I know Ben was on the border all week. Let's see what because I know Ben has some videos out. Let's check out my buddy over there. Oh, I didn't know that that route was still on. I didn't. What the heck am I doing? I know what I can do. Watch this. It's easier. We'll just switch accounts. We'll go to Frontline America. Then we can go here. You know what? I'm going to go like my video as Frontline America. Hit pause. Oh, let's like my videos Frontline America real quick. Let's give me a like. There we go. Alright, let's go to oh wait, no, I don't want to do that. I want to go to my channel. He's only got 31 subscribers? I thought he would have had more than that. Alright, cartels, here we go. We'll watch this. Oh, this one. We gotta watch this one. This one I know is bad.
All these papers.
Hold on. Let me put this quality all the way up to 1080p. Oh, you know, I think this is from our America at War video, though.
All these papers. Documentation.
Yeah, this is from America at War.
Rigo. Aquillo. Garrillo. Rios. Something like that. Honduras. Invitation. Look at all this. They tried to rip it up and hide it. And then along with it, kids' socks, condoms, lubrication.
Yeah, that's from America at War Part 2.
And more ripped up documents. Kid's shirt.
All this kid stuff. What do you guys think they're doing with these kids?
Looks like a sweater. I pray for whatever kids this guy came in contact with. There's looks like a used condom right there.
Wow, there's a used condom out in the middle of nowhere with a whole bunch of kid socks on the ground.
All along here.
A used condom with kid socks on the ground. It's disgusting, folks. All right, here, let's watch this real quick.
Everybody on this side, anybody who crosses has to pay the cartels to do it. I was told by Border Patrol, if they don't do that, if they don't pay, they get beat up. They'll throw them over naked onto this side, breaking their legs, possibly killing them, or beat them up or kill them. So when you talk about this, when people are crossing the border, they're having to pay the cartels. This is extortion. It's controlled by the cartels. And anybody who supports open borders is simply helping fund the cartels. The worst part is Democrats know this. Politicians know this. And they lie to the American people anyways. So as you continue to hear Democrats talking about this being a humanitarian crisis, that it's just good people that want to come into America and better their life, I want to show you this. This is a Border Patrol vehicle that's had to be retrofit to prevent their glass from being shattered. It's affectionately called a war wagon by Border Patrol. And these guys have to drive these around. The reason it's like this is because right over here we got Mexico. When we've got people climbing the wall here, there'll be other people on the other side of the wall when Border Patrol goes to apprehend the people trying to climb the wall and go into America, throwing rocks and bricks and everything else over. So they actually have to retrofit these vehicles so that they don't get hit by rocks as they're doing their job protecting America. These are the same great people that Democrats want to invite into our country. Now, granted, there are some people that are just trying to better their life. I get it. Central America, a lot of those countries suck and you're trying to leave. I get that. But the truth of what's happening here is this is a disaster caused by leftist globalists who want open borders and don't give a damn about Border Patrol or the American people.
There you go, straight from Ben's mouth, and he goes there all the time. You know what, I better log out of his account, because if we start watching videos, he's gonna, oh, I went to the wrong one again. He's gonna be up there and be like,
everybody on this side, anybody who crosses.
Who is watching this video? I don't watch that video, because it shows up in the stream. Alright, there we go.
Everybody on this side.
I just did that so I could get to his channel easier, because I couldn't find, I don't want to type in Frontline America all the way.
Everybody on this side.
Alright. There we go. Senator Cruz, you would love to see one hack into live stream coverage on Saki speaking and run the video. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? We can mess around with them a little bit. Yeah, so. Alright. Gotta turn the mic towards me so you guys can hear me better. You guys all like my voice. Drunk uncles like build two walls. Like my buddy Lo says, build the wall, deport them all. Yeah, no. That sounds racist, though. Alright, Senator Cruz, the Pentagon shouldn't be smiting anyone. Senator Ted Cruz said conservative talk show host Tucker Carlson's comment, should not have been politicized by the Biden administration. In an interview with the Daily Caller Wednesday, Cruz said that it was unacceptable for the Pentagon to take sides in a cultural dispute. Let's see, does it have a video? Under Biden, the military is launching political attacks to intimidate Tucker Carlson and other civilians who criticize their policy decisions. Officials in uniform are being used for the campaign. I've demanded a meeting with the Commandant of the United States Marine Corps to put a stop to it. And now think about this. Think about this real quick. The FBI didn't raid my house when President Trump was in office. The FBI raided my house just 2 days after President Biden took office. Kind of funny, right? They took all my camera equipment. They took my battery packs. They could have just taken my freaking SD cards. That's all they wanted was my information, right? They could have taken my cell phone and given it back already. It's only my iPhone 12 Pro that they took is only 256 gigabytes. I can transfer that in less than an hour on my super fast iMac. Can you imagine how fast their fucking computers are? Excuse my language. Right? My hard drives probably had like 20 gigabytes of information. You know how fast they could have freaking downloaded that and given it back to me? But no, it's been months now. They even took my gosh darn cable box, right? That was not to get information. That was to try and shut me up so I wouldn't come on this show anymore. Because they don't want people like me, conservatives, who go against Joe Biden, right? It's probably because I said Kamala Harris was going to take office by February. That's bullshit. And also, it's probably because I said they're going to bring in Hillary Clinton as their vice president. What's up, Puffin Time? That's why the FBI raided my house. Not to get my information. Yeah, they wanted a little bit of the footage, right? But no, they did it to fuck with me. They did it so I couldn't be here doing what I'm doing right now. And you know, we got what? How many people we got in here? We have 41 people watching right now, right? Hey, that's you 41 people. They don't want you hearing my message because they know I tell you the truth and I don't play around. Just saying. I'm just saying, right? And I know you're watching FBI and also what's his name, Borwin10 on Twitter that keeps watching my videos and trying to fuck with everybody on my show. That's what it is for you guys. They need to deal with the FBI after showing how corrupt they are. Yeah, that's right, HD Raz. You know, and like one cop, he's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get your stuff back, Eddie." 2 weeks ago, he told me, "Hey, I'll have you some camera equipment back within a week." Still no camera equipment, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. Puffin Time, but I hear you. So if they wanted to silence you, wouldn't they just do that? They can't silence me. They can't. They already kicked me out. They keep striking me here on YouTube. Puff Time. They took my stuff because they thought I would get scared and not come back on the internet. But I'm not scared. I'm still right here waiting for you. Sorry. Carlson recently took aim at Joe Biden's attempts to make military more feminine. Press Secretary John Kirby responded by attempting to criticize Carlson. He said to the Pentagon, "We will not be taking personal advice from a talk show host." I mean, come on. You guys want women, more feminine women to be in the military? Fuck that. Right? I mean, if I want a woman, this woman's going to be in the military, I want this to be some badass gun shooting, freaking yoked out chick. You know who I want in the military? China. I want China in the military. And I'm not talking about China, the country. I am talking about, hold on, let me look her up. Let's see if we can, where can I look? I need to add another page here. You guys all know who I'm talking about. You know WWF wrestler China. You know exactly who I'm talking about. This chick would kick everybody's freaking ass, right? If you want a woman in the military, this is the kind of woman you want. She would be kicking some ass. So I know she's dead, but still, she would kick ass. This is the kind of woman I want in the military. Her or well, of course we know like Gina Carano. Gina Carano. You're telling me you want this woman who can kick some ass. There's only pictures of her looking in her dress. But Gina Carano, what was her name back when Ice, right? She was Ice. Was that her name on that show? What was that show called? American Gladiators. Wasn't she Ice? Wasn't that her name? There we go. That's the woman this is a woman you want freaking in the military. This chick, oh yeah, Ronda Rousey. Why can't I say her name? You know who I'm talking about. These are the kind of women you want in there. My dream women? Actually, yeah, Gina Carano, I could handle her being my dream woman. Yes, sirree, Bubba. Alright, anyways, the last I checked, the official outlet of the Pentagon shouldn't be smiting anyone unless they are terrorists or enemies or enemies who are trying to destroy us. You don't think Gina Carano is trained infantry? But I mean, they're trying to make the women more feminine. Puffin Time over on Twitch. We are trying. I don't want the women to look feminine. I want them to be trained and just badass, right? This was, I think, a really unfortunate example of Biden's administration. Oh, here we go. They should show it right
I
here.
have Senator Ted Cruz from Texas here with me. I'm Vince Colonnese for the Daily Caller. Senator, thanks for
Let's
taking some
watch
time out
it.
of your day.
See if I can make it bigger for you guys.
It's great to be with you. Thank you for having me. Great to have you back. So one of the reasons I was really interested in speaking with you is because this past weekend you sent a letter to the Commandant of the Marine Corps saying that you want a meeting with him because the military, over the course of the past week, released a series of messages all dedicated to one thing, which is attacking a talk show host in the United States. That would be Tucker Carlson on the Fox News Channel, also the founder of our website, The Daily Caller. Why did you demand that meeting with the Commandant?
Well, sure. So there is a long tradition, really going back to the founding of this country, of separating the military from partisan political battles. You know, you think about third world countries, banana republics, where the military seizes control of the government and the military. You have engaged in political battles. We don't do that here. And there are restrictions in our Defense Department, quite right restrictions, that limit the ability of military leaders, and in particular servicemen and women in uniform, from engaging in partisan politics, because we believe in civilian control of the military. We don't want to see our military politicized and attacking the political opponents of whoever's in office. And the behavior of the Pentagon this past week didn't meet that standard. And it started when Tucker Carlson on his show criticized some decisions that the military had made. And you can agree with Tucker's criticism, you can disagree with Tucker's criticism. But under our system, journalists get to criticize the military. People in politics get to argue about defense policy back and forth. And the military leadership doesn't engage in the political battle as partisans. Unfortunately, something changed. And so you had a series of tweets that were, appeared coordinated, and they were direct violations. So, for example, this tweet here is from the 2nd Marine Expeditionary Force Information Group, which is a third of the fighting forces of our Marines. And they set out a tweet directed at Tucker Carlson that says what it looks like in today's armed forces at Tucker Carlson. And then it says, "Get right before you get left, boomer." So this is an official account from the U.S. military. When an individual citizen commented disagreeing with the sentence, saying, "Please focus on China and not Tucker Carlson." Not a crazy thing for a citizen to ask the military to do. Again, the official Twitter account came back and said, "Come back when you've served and been pregnant." So they're engaging, they're ridiculing individual citizens, and they're saying through their official outlets that if you haven't served, you have no right to scrutinize the military or military policy. That is totally wrong. And by the way, this was a broader pattern. Here is another video that was done of the command senior enlisted leader at the U.S. Space Command, who sent out a video of himself in uniform responding directly to Tucker Carlson. That is something that is simply not done and not permissible in the military. By the way, the Pentagon got involved in this from the very top. This is a press statement put out by the Pentagon that says, "Press Secretary smites Fox host that dissed diversity in the U.S. military." Now, the last I checked, the official outlet of the Pentagon shouldn't be smiting anyone unless they are terrorists or our enemies who are trying to destroy us. And so this was, I think, a really unfortunate example of the Biden administration trying to politicize the military. And so I sent a letter to the Secretary of Defense going through these examples, pointing out that they were plainly wrong, that they were plainly unacceptable, and asking for an in-person meeting with the Commandant of the Marine Corps to ask what's going on here and how can we stop it.
And what have you heard? Anything?
Well, I have not heard a response to that letter yet, although I just sent it day before yesterday. So I have no doubt that they have had extensive discussions. But the letter produced immediate results in that the 2nd Marine Expeditionary Force Information Group that had sent the most egregious tweets. They actually deleted their tweets. So in response to my letter, they deleted the tweets and they publicly posted They said, we are human and we messed up. We intended to speak for the female Marines, and it was an effort to support them. They're a crucial part of our Corps, and we need them to know that. We will adjust fire and ensure utmost professionalism in our tweets. And then they did a follow-up. Our intentions were misinterpreted, and we're working to move forward from this mistake. And so I was grateful that they corrected the mistake, but I still think it's valuable to speak with the senior brass about making sure this doesn't happen again, that they shouldn't be used to engage in partisan disputes.
So anybody who watched Tucker Carlson's segment last week in good faith saw that the message of the segment was that the American military seems to have a lack of priorities going on. And I feel like the aftermath of that monologue and then subsequently how the Defense Department broadly treated him sort of all confirmed everything that he had laid out, which is that China seems to be obsessed with making its forces more lethal. And meanwhile, our American military is now somewhat focused on internet slams and sort of embarrassing, statements that sound like something that you would include in BuzzFeed and not in Pentagon press releases. So with all of that said, are you concerned about the readiness of our military, and what has the last week demonstrated to you?
So I am concerned. In particular, this seemed to be a concerted effort. So, for example, here's another tweet, and it was that press release saying Press Secretary smites the Fox News host, and it was retweeted by a four-star general who is pushing it out from his Twitter account, and so that certainly suggests the wrong priorities. If the priorities are battling to dunk on Fox News or Republicans or anyone who is criticizing something about the military, that is time and energy. Actually, the citizen who commented, focus on China.
All right, it's getting boring. But anyways, you get what I mean. And so Puffin over on Twitter was saying, but Eddie, he didn't say but Eddie, but he was trying to say, look, our military is all about airstrikes and missiles and all this stuff. Yeah, right? But that's not the point. It's about an image. It's about your freaking image. Watch. So let's put it this way. All right? Let me put up a picture of MAGA Hulk. You see this dude walking down the street. Are you going to go up to him and say, hey, fuck you, motherfucker, I'm going to kick your ass? How many of you are going to say that to MAGA Hulk looking like that? Are you going to do that? You're not, right? Because just look at the man. He just shows you that, look, I'll whoop your fucking ass. Right? That's why you don't go and do that, okay? Now, I'm going to show you a video I made a long time ago. And, let's see. Let me see if I can find it the right way. It's not right there. Alright, we gotta look through. We gotta find it real quick. It shouldn't take me too long to find it, though. But I'm gonna show you. I made a video a long time ago on why the military has to train and stuff like that. I actually stole it from Major Dad. You guys ever remember that show, Major Dad? Let me see if I can find it. I don't remember how. I got so many videos. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Dude, I thought I made it before this. Or after this. Let me go back. Hold on. Maybe I said best. Let me try this. I know, I'm taking forever. I should have already had it done on there. Nope, it wasn't there. It wasn't under best. Alright, let's go back. I will find it. I did an explanation of why I thought freaking... Oh, here it is. Best military explanation. Watch this video. I'll need some lettuce. My rabbit food.
The size of your combat training school is tripled from here. Or something coming up we don't know about? Well, most people, we are here to prevent war. That's the whole point of our peace offensive. Peace offensive? Isn't that a contradiction in terms?
Alright, just because you probably... The audio is really bad. She's like asking about war, and he's like, yeah, he's all, we're working with our peace offensive. And she's like, isn't that a contradiction?
Get up.
What?
Stop.
He tells her to get up.
No, I'm here.
Okay. Now, come at me.
No, thanks.
So, I know you can't hear very good. I don't know why the audio's so bad. It says, come at me. And she's like, no. And he says, why?
Nobody says, come at me unless they're going to pull something.
Now, how do you know that?
You're a Marine. You're trained to pull something.
She's all, I'm not going to do it because you're a Marine. You're trained to pull something.
And when you do, I'm afraid I'll pull something.
So, because I'm trained, you won't attack.
Mm-hmm.
He says, so because I'm trained, you want to attack.
Peace offensive? Isn't too bad.
The heck was that? Anyways, but you guys get the point. The whole... Wait, hold on. I haven't heard this in a while. It should be at the very end of my video. I haven't heard this for a while. Oh, I didn't have it back then. Kind of a big deal. But anyway, so that's the whole thing about the way you look. If you look tough and rough, people aren't going to come after you. But if we got women looking all feminine, do you really think that's going to be a deterrent to keep people from coming after us? I mean, come on, folks. Let's be real here. Let's be real here. Let's just be real. Alright, let's see. Hold on, I'm missing. What's up, Deborah? How you doing? What's up, Dar? Happy St. Patty's Day. Let's see. A civil... You talk crap to MAGA Hulk. He seems like a nice guy. Actually, he's like the nicest guy in the world, MAGA Hulk. Freaking, you'll see him. I'll have him there on Saturday. I know he's gonna be there. I gotta text him. Alright, State Senator Mastriano to introduce heartbeat bill in Pennsylvania. I hope this is what it sounds like. Sorry. I got some youngsters texting me. Pennsylvania State Senator Doug Mastriano is working to introduce legislation that would eliminate any abortions in the state if doctors can detect a heartbeat. Thank you very much. Oh, it's a video. Okay.
Well, Pennsylvania State Senator Doug Mastriano is working to introduce legislation that would eliminate any abortions in the state if doctors can detect a heartbeat. Here's One America's Christina Bobb with more.
Joining me remotely, Pennsylvania State Senator Doug Mastriano has some new legislation to introduce called the Heartbeat Bill. Senator Mastriano, what can you tell us about it?
Thank you, Christina. It's great to be back. So myself and Senator Judy Ward and Representative Stephanie Borowitz in the State House have introduced legislation this week that's called the Heartbeat Bill. And it might sound familiar because about 18 states out there have done this as well. And basically, when you detect a heartbeat, that's a baby. And so you hear a heartbeat, you hear a life. And we're using science. Now, look, I'm a guy that believes that life begins at conception.
Same here.
It seems like we have to work our way to save some lives. You know, some folks, you know, in our category of pro-life are like, well, that doesn't protect all life. Yeah, you're right. That's right. So should Schindler have turned away since a couple hundred Jews that he saved, he can't save them all. So my goal is let's save some lives using science. And the Democrats are so keen on saying follow the science, especially, you know, during this COVID year. What's interesting, they use that as a gimmick to shut down conversation because they're the biggest science deniers. So my approach is let's use modern day science, not 1960s science, which of course Roe v. Wade is based upon. And you can detect the heartbeat. There's 4D scanning that can be done that you can hear and see the baby, what's going on. We know at conception that's a distinct individual with a distinct DNA, not a clod of flesh or a mass of tissue. It's one individual, never be born again. So, you know, in medically, say something tragic happens, you know, and EMS shows up, the ambulance guys go in, the paramedics say, no heartbeat, that person's dead. Well, therefore, if you logically, using logic and reason and science, if you hear a heartbeat, you hear a life.
And at what age or how far along does a woman need to be for them to be able to hear or detect a heartbeat?
The baby has a heartbeat between 6 and 7 weeks. And if we got this legislation through Pennsylvania, it'd eliminate about 2/3 of all abortions in our state, would save so many lives. There's about 30,000 babies killed a year in the womb in Pennsylvania, largely from the African-American and Latino population, by the way. I read the state's report on this. They do an annual report, from Harrisburg on abortion. They kind of flipped it. They said almost half abortions are for the Caucasian population. The truth is, which is obviously a large part of our population, but the minority group of our population accounts for over half of all abortions. This needs to end. This is a form of genocide. It's just incredible. I think the next generation, your generation, Christina, when you're my age, will look back and say how barbaric we were in those days. And everyone will agree that was terrible. But right now, we have an entire party, the Democrat Party, thinks this is okay.
And what type of support are you getting for the bill?
Fantastic support from the usual suspects, sadly. It would be nice to see bipartisan support, but the Democrat Party, they just sold their souls on this here, and it's heartbreaking. The science is clear. I'd say pull out the partisan politics, pull out the campaign bumper stickers. It's funny, they talk about choice, but they don't want to give you a choice on, vaccine. My body, my choice, I'm going to say an abortion, but okay, time for a vaccine, you have to take it. It's like, that's actually your body, and they don't want you to give you a choice. But when somebody else's body, they want, of course, to have the right to kill the baby. So this whole thing here is ridiculous. The support is from the same old side. My goal is that one of these states that has passed a heartbeat legislation, it needs to go to the U.S. Supreme Court so they can take a hard new look at Roe v. Wade, which is based off a false premise and old science.
All right. Well, we will keep our eye out for the heartbeat bill. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Visit OANN.com for immediate access to all the clips you...
Thank you. Can you think about it? If my mom even thought about freaking thought about aborting me, I mean, think about it. If they had in the 70s when I was born, if they had the ability to say, "Hey, your son's gonna be fucked up," I know my mom would have not had an abortion, right? Because it was actually it was in like 1984. We went to we were in Holland, and she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna take you to this hospital that I used to volunteer at." So we went to the hospital, and my mom used to volunteer with the disabled kids. So she always worked around disabled kids, and it was just kind of funny how she had a disabled kid. So I know my mom wouldn't have the abortion, but just think, if I had a different mom and they had the technology to tell that I was going to be a little crippled bastard, like I'm not a bastard because I had a dad, but you know what I mean, that how many people would have aborted me, right? I wouldn't be here talking shit to you guys right now, right? I wouldn't be here showing my show, going on fights, right? And somebody said they want to see my video of me making that kid what do you call it, throw up again. Let's see if we can find where that kid throws up. I forget which video it's in. It was right after the kid hit me with the chain. It was right after the video of the kid that hit me with the chain. So that was back in September. Was that in September? Let's see if I can find it. Holy shit. Remember when I got Don? Oh my gosh. Hold on. This was frickin' Donnie. Hey, look. Can you believe that Donnie was this? My St. Bernard that I have. Look how small Donnie used to be. Holy shit. Where are you, Donnie? That's Donnie. Oh my gosh. That is fucking crazy. I cannot believe how small Donnie used to be. Alright, let me find this video. There's a video of me punching the guy. That's in this video, I think. Hit me. Alright, bro. Fucking that's it. That's it, bro. He's puking because he's seeing a little bit of freaking real men and he got scared. Oh, shit. Sorry. You guys aren't even seeing what I'm seeing. Let me put that back on. So you guys didn't even see Donnie then, huh? Alright, hold on. I'll show this video, then I'll show Donnie again when he was a puppy. Hit me. Alright, bro. Fucking that's it. That's it, bro. He's puking because he's seeing a little bit of freaking real men and he got scared. Hey, what's up, guys? You know you like my videos. Hit that like and subscribe button down there.
Farting down here.
Hey, what's up, everybody? So, of course, the left are saying I antagonize the kid, and that I should push it way too far. So, let me show you why. If you noticed in the live video, I was talking, and I was staying a point, and all of a sudden I stopped. Because I saw this kid swinging the chain at a lady, which I'll show you right here. So guys, that just shows you.
Hey, Justin! Justin!
Alright guys,
See, that guy's calling
so
for
I'm
help.
stopping it right here. Because now you see, the guy was swinging it. He was about to swing it at this woman. And you see he sees me coming. You see how he's looking? He's staring straight at me while that guy's screaming, Jesse, come help. So once I see this kid swinging the chain at the lady, that's why I went up to him. And I recognized him before. Because when he first showed up on the property, he was walking with a friend, and I saw the chain behind his back. And so I just followed him to watch him. Looks like we got some Antifa going right here. Why this guy just got a chain on him? These are definitely Antifa. Let's just kind of follow these guys. And eventually, you know, I'm like, hey, you know, what are you doing here? And some of my buddies came over, and we surrounded them, and we said, look, you can go home or leave, and we'll let you go. Just please leave. And they wouldn't do it. And all of a sudden, one of their buddies started throwing up. This kid got so scared when a couple of Proud Boys got around him that he threw up. Here comes our security detail. So for some reason, he's got a chain that's not attached to a wallet on his back. Why would he need that? He's not here to start no trouble. You don't want no trouble here.
You guys here to vote for Trump?
Look, he's throwing up. He's throwing up.
From 2020?
Were you a little too hard last night?
He's puking.
He's getting a little scared.
She's infected. COVID. She's infected. Quarantine.
He's puking because he's seeing a little bit of freaking real men, and he got scared. Oh, look at that, he is throwing up.
We don't trust these.
Now after this, we even said to the kid, do you need medical attention? We will get you help. He said no. We offered him medical help because he was throwing up. Do you need medical attention? We got a medical.
What's that?
We got a medic if you need help. That's how nice we are. So that's why the guy recognized me from before. Now I'm going to show you the rest of the video and what happened. Oh, we got his face.
Come on, burn up on me so I can beat your ass. Please do so.
Oh, see? That's the guy that had the chain before. Look, now he's threatening us with the chain. What are you going to do with that fucking chain, bro? Let's go. Bring that fucking chain, dude. Bring that fucking chain.
Come on. I'm not gonna hit someone sitting down.
I'm not handicapped. You can fucking do it. You got that fucking chain. You got that chain, and you're threatening with us, but you won't hit me.
I don't hit people that gotta sit down.
But you'll hit people with the chain. But you'll hit with somebody with the chain.
What the fuck do you want?
You're that fucking punk from earlier.
Come on.
You're that fucking punk from earlier.
Hi. Come on. Come on.
Look at him. He's got this fucking chain in his hand. Well, do it then, bro.
Come on.
You know why you won't do it? Because I'll whoop your fucking ass.
You're in a goddamn chair. What the fuck
So
you
what?
talking
Look at
about?
my fucking arms, dude. I'll fuck your ass up, bro.
Boy, you look like they're fucking swollen.
Give me that fucking chain. Give me that fucking chain, bro.
You touch me, I'm gonna hit you.
Give me then. I touched you. Hit me. All right, bro. Fucking that's it.
I was trying to get off my scooter, but the cops beat him too.
Thank you. Thank you. Grab the chain. Grab the chain right here.
He's got a fucking chain. There's a chain.
Thank you.
All right. So you might say that I provoked him a little bit. Yeah, I poked him a little bit. But you know what? He was swinging the chain at that lady, and I wasn't going to let that happen. So that's what happened. And, you know, why don't you let me... I'll show you some aftermath of what happened before, like where I was coming from, which was a few seconds ago, where that kid probably was. And somebody said a kid ran off really fast. So this might even be that kid that got scared and ran. But here's what happened earlier.
Bitch and a half.
I'm a bitch and a half?
Yeah, you're a pussy ass bitch.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you. Alright guys, so you want to know why everybody's crying in that video and why they're going through their eyes? I found some video, so here it is. Alright everybody, if you like that video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Make a comment, share the hell out of this video. And if you want to help me out, I got my PayPal, you know, all that good stuff, Cash App down below. I also got these I Love My Proud Boy stickers, because you know, Proud Boys are the best, because the West is the best. And I can sell you one of these stickers. They're $5 a piece with $1 shipping. If you buy more than one, I'll give you a little break on the shipping. And so the big thing. I want to share this video. A hooroo. I don't know if you know this, but I'm kind of a big thing. Faggot. All right, there you go. You were asked, who asked where my ET is? My ET's right here. It's my little buddy. My little buddy. He's off to the side. He holds my hats. Oh, there's the doggy treats. I put him up there. He holds my hats. But there you go. You know, luckily, cop saved him. Because I was trying to get off my freaking scooter to whoop his ass. Let's see. Oh, that's right, the Donnie video. You guys didn't get to see. Let me put it back on here before I forget so you can see how small Donnie used to be. Let's see. Can you believe that this is how big Donnie used to be? Saint Bernard that I have right now is getting pretty old. And I figured what better thing to do than to make a new puppy named Donnie. And he's a Saint Bernard just... Can you believe Donnie is that was that small? Now he's a freaking monster. And this was December 16th. So, oh, he's 4 months old then. Okay, so he's 4 months old. But yeah, can you believe that shit? Little monster now. Alright. Did we watch this one yet? What's this one? Oh yeah, we watched that one. But yeah, thank God for the heartbeat bill. There should be no abortions, folks. There's no need for abortions. If you can't have that kid, unless you're about to freaking die, right? Because of the having the baby, I'm sorry. Don't get an abortion. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. Ooh, this is gonna be important.
New developments out of Fulton County, Georgia in the fight for election integrity. One America's Chanel Brion has the latest.
A courtroom victory this week on the voter integrity front in Georgia. Here to break it down for us is Garland Favorito from Voter GA. Garland, what is this victory that everyone's talking about in Fulton County?
Well, Chanel, after many months, we're finally going to get to actually look at these questionable mail-in ballots that you've seen on the video. They appear to have been scanned multiple times in some cases. They were hidden under tables with skirted tables. The monitors had left, and they were told the scanning was going to be completed. So these ballots and all the other mail-in ballots, we're going to get a chance to inspect. We had at least 4 poll managers who audited these votes during the Fulton County audit, and they believe that there are counterfeit ballots in the actual election results. So we're going to get to look at them.
Part of the approval came with this very stern phrase, conditional approval to look at these mail-in ballots. What are the conditions?
The judge, first of all, he wants to see a plan. We're not really worried about that because we had been working on the plan for months. And it's about inspection plan. It's about how are we going to go about inspecting the ballots. We have to maintain chain of custody. We have to inspect them. We have to identify the suspect ballots. We have to scan them, all ballots. We have to consolidate it back and then have hard drives available for forensics. So there's a certain set of steps that we have to go through, and we have roles and responsibilities for our people. This is something that I do as an information technology professional. I've done over my career. So it was no big deal. We were already working on it, and we've actually shared our plan with a couple of other states, and they're using it to create their plans. So we're in really, really good shape on the plan part of it.
Fast forward weeks, months, however long it takes to actually look at these ballots, mail-in ballots. What do you expect to find?
We might find that everything is hunky-dory, but it's not very likely. We think that we will find some amount of numbers of some
Good night, Johnny.
Counterfeit ballots is what we call it. So we think that we'll find some. The other thing that this is going to allow us to do is to double check the audit, because we don't know. It looks like the audit results don't add up.
That touches a little bit on my next question. Talk about the scale of this inspection process.
The auditors who handled the ballots, and these are 20-year seasoned poll managers, believe that this will scale into the tens of thousands. And we've identified boxes that of 100% Biden ballots that just are mathematically impossible. There are numerous of other problems, even outside of Fulton County, in terms of the 100% Biden ballots, the duplicate ballots being scanned because the system doesn't prevent that from happening. I think when all is said and done, we're going to find out some of the problems that Fulton County had also exist in other counties, and all of that could have impacted and probably did impact the presidential election results, and maybe as the Senate race as well back in November.
Garland Favorito from Voter GA, you guys are doing consistent and excellent work out there. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you, Chanel, and you and OAN are also. We appreciate you covering this topic like nobody else does in the media.
Want to see more videos like this?
All right, Drunk Uncle mentioned Cardi B and Candace Owens, so let's check it out. Why didn't I just go right to it? Strange animal. Let's see. I can't get that song out of my head. I'm a strange animal. Cardi B, Candace Owens. Oh, it's on ET. I'm not gonna watch the ET one. Let's see. Is it right here? I want to hear some stuff. Let's do the ET one then.
I am deeply protective over my family.
She is a
She's
beautiful
gonna get
woman.
for that. Plain and simple. I don't play games with that kind of stuff.
The battle is on between conservative pundit Candace Owens and Cardi B.
When I say something like she's toxic to culture, the reason she gets so worked up and she starts spiraling is because she knows it's real.
It all started on Monday when Candace appeared on Fox News and criticized Cardi and Megan Thee Stallion's performance of their hit single WAP at Sunday's Grammy Awards.
You see that fundamentally we are seeing the destruction of American values, American principles, and it's terrifying. I think parents should be terrified that this is the direction that our society is headed towards. And again, we are weakening America. That's really what we should be talking about. This is a weakening of American society. We are setting the stage. Disgusting. It feels like we are looking at corrosion, like we are about to see the end of an empire.
Well, Cardi shared that clip on Twitter, writing, "Yay, we made Fox News, guys. Wop, wop, wop." She added, quote, "Matter of fact, I'm just going to thank Candy Owens. She put my performance on Fox News, giving it more views that boosted the views on YouTube and is counting towards my streams and sales."
Oh, snappity snap snap.
But things quickly went downhill after Cardi shared an alleged tweet from Owens claiming the political commentator's husband had cheated on her with Owens' brother. The author initially laughed off the tweet, writing, quote, "I am literally laughing out loud. Cardi, my dear, that is clearly a Photoshop tweet. Only one of us has a husband that sleeps around." but later added that she is 100% suing Cardi, adding, "You can't just start throwing out wild lies against private members of my family because you're upset someone called you out on your degenerate performance."
She shares this photoshopped tweet and that says that my husband had an affair with my brother. Completely wild, completely inappropriate. And she knows she's lying, obviously, when she says this, but she doubles down and she says it's not photoshopped. I saw the tweet go out on a day that you were trending. So she's lying. So unfortunately for Cardi, and the problem with having success is that just because you're successful doesn't mean you're smart. Like, she's gonna get sued.
Owens later took to Instagram to address the whole thing in a 13-minute long video.
I am deeply protective over my family, especially my brother, who is a completely private citizen and has nothing to do with Cardi B and her twerking and whopping, and for her to pretend that she knew that this Photoshop tweet was real and was authentic.
All right, I'll check out.
She's gonna get sued for that, plain and simple. I don't play games with that kind of stuff.
But this isn't the first time the two have come head to head.
There are way more intellectual black Democrats you could have sat down with, yet you chose an illiterate rapper, because that's what she is. She's illiterate.
Back in September, Owens appeared on the Ben Shapiro show and threw some major shade at the rapper following Cardi's sit-down with then presidential nominee Joe Biden.
She asked pointedly ridiculous questions. I want lower taxes, but I want universal health care for all. She had no idea what she was doing, and yet both Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden made the time to sit with her because they believe black people are stupid. And black people that thought, yay, that's a win. No, it's not a win.
Cardi fired back with several tweets, writing in part, quote, "I don't want to argue with you, Candace. I really don't have the time. I honestly just feel sorry for you." That time, Owens responded with an 8-minute long video on Instagram. And Cardi, she clapped back on Insta Live.
What the heck is this?
Why wouldn't
this
Joe Biden
announcer
sit
wearing?
down with me, Cardi B? I have millions of followers. I could also encourage millions of followers to go vote. And I don't know what black man broke your heart that you hate your kind so much.
Once the dust seemingly settled, Cardi reflected on the feud and tweeted that she hates arguing with people, adding that she didn't even really know how they started fighting in the first place. As for Owens, she felt like she walked away from the beef victorious. Quote, "She is still tweeting about me. I broke Cardi B."
Alright, so Drunk Uncle says to check out the Fleckus one. So let's check out the Fleckus one. Oh, here we go.
All right, guys, we got some new action. Cardi B versus Candace Owens, round like 50. I don't know if you guys have been following.
Oh, hold on 1 second. I promised Future I would talk about this real quick. So Future is texting me, and he told me that truth is where is the truth anyways? But Future came up to me, and Future was like, "Hey Eddie, I really want to be a Proud Boy," and Future's young. He's still in high school, right? And I was like, "You can't, you gotta be at least, drinking age. It's 21 is the rules." And he's like, "But I want to join and help me." And I'm like, "You can't." I'm like, "Why don't you start your own patriotic club in your school?" So that's exactly what he did. They call themselves the Young Patriots, and they're anti-abortion group, and they're trying to spread it to other schools. So let's say good job, great job out there, Future, the Future USA. He started. He went. He saw a problem. He's not fixing it, but he's trying to do better in life. Started a club, and he's got a whole bunch of young men and young women in this club called the Young Patriots that are anti-abortion and pro-America. So thank you, Future. It's young men and women like you that are gonna make our country great again, right? So what's up, Future? You guys, you and your kids, you and the kids in your school, you got it from me. And I love you guys. Right on. All right, let's go watch Fleckus real quick. This is a long one, too. Looks like.
But there was just a Twitter exchange between Candace and Cardi following Cardi B's disgusting Grammys stripper set. I don't know what we're calling it. Candace and her exchanged some words on Twitter. We're going to cover all the action. Pick your fighter. Are you on the side of Candace Owens, self-made, lovely, free thinker? Or are you on the side of Cardi B, former stripper, prostitute, can't spell? Choice is yours. This episode is brought to you by Fleckus Talks, the store. ShopFleckus.com. I'm rocking the OG Pink Fleckus hoodie. If you know, you know. If you don't, catch up. All right, let's get into it. So the whole thing started with this tweet right here. It says, Candace Owens says WAP, a acronym I'm not going to define on the show, being performed at the Grammys signifies the corrosion and end of an empire. Makes sense. Sounds about right. So then Cardi said, yay, we made it on Fox, guys. WAP, WAP, WAP. And keep in mind, WAP is wet ass p***.
Thought you weren't going to tell people.
I'm going to censor it after. Okay. Which you can't even say in the song. So on TV, she wasn't even able to sing her own song because the title of the song has an obscenity in it. And some people are coming in saying like, oh, this is her embracing her sexuality. Nothing wrong with this. It's not embracing sexuality when you're on national TV, primetime on CBS, doing porn basically, right? That's not embracing anything. So Candace replies, just at me next time directly. You are cancer cell to culture. Young black girls are having their minds poisoned by what you are trying to package and sell to them as empowerment. I'm one of the few who has the courage to tell you the truth. You should thank me. And instead of thanking her, Cardi B, who can't spell, like we said, decides to engage in a little bit of Twitter beef. So let's see what happens. Cardi B replied with something that she, I guess, deleted since then, and Candace replied to that saying, the reason my comments always get you in your feelings is because deep down you know what I'm saying is true. You are in a position to empower young women to aspire to something more than taking off their clothes, but you don't feel you can be more. This whole argument is made political, but it really shouldn't be. It isn't political. It's just truth versus deception, truth versus lies. Candace in this case is speaking the truth. The seller of the lies in this case is Cardi B. And also the media. Look at CNN. Look what they wrote about it. CNN said, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion served up a very sex-positive performance. That's who's selling the lies. What do those lies cost? Your soul. And is anyone going to correct Cardi B? Is Cardi B's family going to stop the money from coming in and the new life they have? No. Where's Cardi B's brother during this? And my sister wouldn't be dancing on stage doing any sort of WAP thing. But I guess if my sister gave me a Bentley, she could do whatever she wants. Maybe.
That's what I think Cardi B's family's doing.
I think that's what's going on. So Cardi B responds, matter of fact, I'm just going to thank you, Candy. She put my performance on Fox News, giving it more views that boosted the views on YouTube and is counting towards my streams and sales. Stream up and WAP. Remember, grown parents, only you can monitor what your kids watch, no one else. Except when it's on CBS. Like if you make the video yourself and you put it online for sale or whatever, fine. This is CBS primetime. Like a few years ago, there were actually some restrictions on like what kind of things were allowed, and they had to always like check in. They had a standard that just doesn't exist anymore.
The
so
7
Candace
things you don't
replies,
say.
I don't work for Fox News. Bill Collis. Bill Collis is Cardi B's real name. Cardi B is calling her Candy. Candace is calling Cardi B Bill Collis. Nor do I take issue with you having success. I take issue with you being used to encourage young women to strip themselves of dignity. Men typically treat women how they treat themselves. You know that. Which is absolutely true. We saw that with Offset. Cardi B's husband, or whatever, I don't think it's husband, but Offset cheated on Cardi B a bunch, and she took him back. He's trash, she's trash, she doesn't respect herself, he doesn't respect her, and that's what happens. You live a trash life. Kind of how it works. And that's like the problem with feminism, too, where it used to be like women had high standards and brought men up to their standards, but feminism was like, you're a man, you do whatever you want, men do it, and then that brought women down, and they started doing gross shit like us. And now society has to pay for it. Moving on.
Very fair.
So Cardi B...
Hold on. Not only that. You know what feminism has done? You know, feminism has taken away chivalry, right? You can't be chivalrous anymore. You can't go and you can't open a door for a woman, right? I mean, like you know, it's funny that TikTok video last night showed this guy opening the door for a woman. And he's like, you're welcome. And he's like, motherfucker, I didn't ask you to open the goddamn door for me. I've had that happen to me. You know, you open up the door for a woman, and this woman got mad at me. She's like, I didn't ask you to open the door. And I'm like, just being nice. Like, you guys have seen me in my videos. Women walk in front of me, and, you know, if we're going to a door, I'm like, ladies first. No, ladies first, right? It's called being chivalrous. But women don't want that anymore. They want equality, right? So now... they don't want you to open the frickin' door for them. But yet, they still don't want to pay for the goddamn dinner. They still won't pay for dinner. Right, guys? I'm sorry. I had to do it, ladies. I had to mess with you a little bit. But, I mean, we lost all chivalry, right? I like to smile at people. And before this mask thing, there's many times that I smiled at a lady. And they're like, why are you smiling at me? And I'm like, because I wanted to smile at you. Like, hi, how you doing? Well, don't look at me. It's like... okay, fine then, right? We lost all our chivalry, right? Men used to. I mean, I understand men aren't going to put their jacket on the puddle so the woman can walk through the puddle anymore. But I mean, come on, man. I still do it. You know, I open doors for women. I let the women go first. You know, if I see a beautiful woman, I'm like, "How you doing today? You're very beautiful." But you can't say that to women anymore, right? Because oh no, you're sexually harassing them. I mean, come on, like there's somewhere on the internet there's a picture and the girl is walking on the a man and a woman are walking together on the sidewalk. The man is walking on the inside close to the fence while the woman is walking on the outside towards the street. And it says, "What is wrong with this picture?" I got it right away. The man should be walking on the side of the curb to protect the woman. Donnie, he just peed in the house again. No, get away from me. I'm mad at you. You don't just pee in the house. I gotta go clean that up. Well, anyways, but I mean, so that's how it is, you know? The man would walk on the curb, so in case a car was coming, he could push the woman out of the way. It's called chivalry, right? What's wrong with being chivalrous? Whatever happened to that? Why don't women like that anymore, right? Sorry. All right, let me go back to Fleckus. Why did you pee in the house, Nimrod? Damn dog. I love you to death, but he pees in
Applies with a
in the
picture
house.
of Melania Trump, I guess, in some like kind of like a skimpier outfit and like from her modeling days, which the tweet was once again deleted. And Candace replied to that saying, "What is your obsession with the Trump family? You are digging up modeling shots of our former First Lady from 3 decades ago. She has evolved. You have not. What you did at the Grammys was disgusting. Own it." Which is 100% true. Like, Cardi B constantly is trying to find things that like she selectively remembers that help her argument, but then she won't take the issue head on of like what you did at the Grammys was gross. And that's just like the back and forth we were seeing here pretty much the entire time. So Cardi B replies about Melania Trump saying, I'm obsessed. She's my idol. She showed me I can be naked, perform WAP, and still be First Lady one day. Wait, so only white women can be naked and show their sexuality and evolve in their 30s, but I can't? Wow, America is so unfair. To think this is the land of the free. Candace replies, "You are insecure and I irk you because I see right through the facade. You are a part of the larger cancer that is manifesting in black culture. There's no person in America who can look you in the face and honestly say they wish their daughters turned out like you." Absolute headshot. Absolute drag. Like, absolute headshot. And that's just it.
Find me the guy.
Find me a guy. Do you want your daughter to be like Cardi B?
Hell no.
Let me know in the comments. I'll pin it. And like all of this wouldn't really be an issue if Cardi B was a normal performer who was kind of raunchy and like lived in her own world that way. Cardi B's being promoted by the entire music establishment, the entire media. She's being propped up. She was a Billboard 2020 Woman of the Year. The former hooker prostitute who like drugged and robbed people and admitted it. That's the Woman of the Year. That's the problem. That's the problem. Let's keep it moving. Let's not get upset. Let's keep it moving. And then Cardi B replied, "And black women should be more like you. After all the fighting for equality and freedom, they should be submissive to a white man after years of abuse and rape, making them a sandwich while pregnant, because in your words, that's what a woman should do? Interesting." And she showed a video of Candace making her husband a sandwich and saying that's what women should do, which, you know, I'm fine with that. The world would have you think women shouldn't be taking care of their families and cooking and at home and doing doing that if that's what they choose to do. The world will have you think that Cardi B and Megan Stallion or whatever on stage is like acceptable. CBS is going to show it to you. CNN's going to tell you it's great. So it's like those are the two options. Those are the two worlds. I don't like the world. If not living for the world is having a family and a wife who like likes to make you sandwiches and you don't have to go outside and deal with all like the hookers and stuff, I mean, that don't sound so bad. But then Candace says, "Making my husband a sandwich is not submissive. Cooking for your family is not submissive. Yes, a good woman should take care of her family, and yes, a good man does the same. My relationship is healthy. You can't say the same, so maybe take some notes," which is true. Candace followed up with, "If you think making your husband a sandwich is a sin, but popping your vagina into another woman's vagina in front of the world is power, you are a lost soul." Which is basically what this whole thing comes down to. Cardi B's a lost soul. She's a puppet. She got paid money. She doesn't know what she's doing, and she's promoting things that are subverting what's best for this country, like subverting American values, subverting traditional values, and it's like creating this toxic world where like women are going to grow up and have this bad image of what good is, and it's really going to ripple badly in our society if you don't call it out. That's how I see it. Rapboy, do you agree?
Don't bring me into this, but yes, I agree.
Rapboy don't want to come into this one. So then Candace replied again to the original sandwich tweet about her husband from Cardi B saying, "You always love to mention my husband's skin tone, so let me ask, what color are the people that are encouraging you to strip in front of the world? Who owns your record labels? Who owns CBS and the Grammys? Who makes the most money off of your WAP? You sold it to who?" So then Cardi B says, "As a black woman, you should know better than that. You know D-E-U-M for damn." When we said she can't spell and she's not literate, we weren't just saying that. Diem. I'm going to read it how she meant it. So, as a black woman, you should know better than that. You know damn well America made a caricature of a black woman only being good in the kitchen and taking care of children, also known as the mammy. Okay, so if you're saying because Candace Owens is supportive of her family and provides for them and cooks for them, that she's a sellout and she's a mammy, and that's her caricature, what's your caricature, Cardi B?
Some sort of yelling prostitute.
Yeah, some sort of shouting former prostitute being used by the elites to enact a satanic agenda. I don't know. And then Candace replied with, "Bacallus, I will literally make my husband a sandwich every single day of the week. You're struggling right now to change the topic because you're ashamed of your performance, and you should be. You look foolish trying to make your onstage lesbian simulation about a sandwich." Once again, Cardi B can't take the issue head on. Diverting to here, diverting to here. Cardi B replies, "Candy, stop blaming my label for me being sexual. Before I got signed to a label, I was very much open to my sexuality. You knew I was a stripper. You watched me in Love and Hip Hop. You knew all that other stuff, yet you still endorsed me in this tweet. You did. Case closed." Case is not closed. It's an old tweet where Candace said that her, Cardi B and Denzel could be people that are like freedom-minded and woke and could become like red-pilled. This was years ago. Obviously, it didn't pan out. And then Candace replied, "You're all over the place trying to make people look at anything but the issue at hand. Your performance was grotesque. This is not about Love and Hip Hop. This is not about my husband's sandwich. This is about you and the vulgarity that you espouse that is ruinous to our youth. Ruinous. Ruinous to our youth."
You think Cardi B's doing like dictionary.com in between some of these tweets?
I don't think Cardi B can espouse. So, vulgarity that you espouse that is ruinous to our youth, espouse that is ruinous to our youth, Cardi B's like,
what this mean?
with her nails, yeah. And she's probably like typing. Oh man. So then Cardi B replies saying how Candace basically like endorsed her at one point, so that means she endorsed her forever. And Candace replies with, "Every time you and I get into a Twitter exchange, you keep bringing up this tweet, so let me reiterate. I still think you have potential. You are entertaining and funny, but you are not being that anymore. You have transformed into a stain on culture and what it means to be a woman." So it's like saying, you're funny, you have potential. There's a redemption arc. It's not a cancellation. It's not, oh, let's get rid of Cardi B. She's horrible, and let's put her on the shelf forever and forget about her stuff and delete her music. That's what the left does. There's a redemption arc here saying you have potential. You have a huge responsibility. You have a huge platform. Millions of girls look up to you. Do the right thing, or at least like get on the track to do the right thing and know that you need to do the right thing by them. Cardi don't think like that. So Candace replied to that with, "Millions of young girls follow you. At your best, you are self-deprecating and humorous. At your worst, you are naked and shoving your vagina into other women's vaginas while thrusting on top of her. You were at your worst on the Grammy stage. Do better." So here's the reply from Cardi B, which is the ultimate diversion. We're saying how she's diverting all night. This is the ultimate diversion, and it's the ultimate double down in a bad direction. So Cardi B says, "Not you talking about two women thrusting their vaginas together while your husband and brother slap cocks and together. Well, would you look at that?" And she tags a Photoshop tweet of Candace allegedly saying, "Yes, my husband did cheat on me with my brother. Yes, he said no when I asked to join them." So, like, clearly it's a Photoshopped fake tweet, but I don't know, is Cardi B just like the stupidest person, or is the person in the room with her just an idiot too? They went for it. They fully went for it, which you'll see gets a little tricky when it comes to legal stuff too. But if you look closely, you can see the tweet says view tweet activity, which you would only see on your Twitter for your tweets. and is underneath Candace's tweet. So the fact that it says view tweet activity shows us that it's a Photoshop tweet, and the person did a bad job because they selected one of their own tweets to copy model-wise. So Candace says, I'm literally laughing out loud. Cardi, my dear, that is clearly a Photoshop tweet. Only one of us has a husband who sleeps around. Another headshot. The body's just a mess on the floor right now. We're going to need someone to clean this up. So then Cardi replies with, this isn't a Photoshop tweet. You were trending the whole day when you tweeted this, and it was published on a lot of blog outlets. Your right mind sleeps around. You're right. Mind sleeps. It's hard to read when the grammar isn't right because you read like a normal person, and then you don't know what people are saying. And you have to read like a dummy to understand how Cardi B thinks sometimes. So you're right. Mine sleeps around, and yours sleeps at yours sleep at your home with your brother coxing while you tweet me. Cardi, please. And then Candace replies, what in the actual hell are you talking about? Are you dead serious right now trying to substantiate a Photoshop tweet? Asking one more time before I get the lawyers to make you publicly admit you're lying and embarrass yourself, which is the action I like to see. I love when the lawyers get involved, just not against me. So the final tweet of the exchange, Candace replied to someone who said, just sue her already. Candace said, yes, just spoke with my family. I am 100% suing Cardi for that nonsense. You can't just start throwing out wild lies against private members of my family because you're upset someone called you out for your degenerate performance. I'll keep you all posted. And it's like, if you're wondering where the line is, who's right, who's wrong, obviously Candace is correct, but if you really wanted to think it out, imagine there's like a 13-year-old girl at home watching. Is this good or bad for her to see? Is this good for society or bad for society? Is this helpful and pushing us in a good direction, or is this degenerate and knocking us further from God? We all know the answer to that. So all in all, really good action, really good Twitter beef. Candace once again wins. Cardi will never really beat Candace in a Twitter fight because the truth is on Candace's side, and that's really what this is a battle of. So 4.25 out of 5 stars on the Fleckus scale. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you are looking for OG Fleckus merch, pink hoodies, get them while you still can, shopfleckus.com. Also, we have a brand new shirt, Recall Newsom. California people, we need to recall Gavin Newsom. We've been trying to arrest Andrew Cuomo. Now we need to recall Gavin Newsom. Get your shirt while you still can, shopfleckus.com. Best merch in the game. Is there anything else? Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Thank you, Richard Rapp.
I stole that from In and Out. In and Out. You know what? I got some Penelope shirts I gotta start getting rid of. We gotta start selling our Penelope shirts. But you know what? Let's go in the Rob's chat room. I haven't seen Rob in a while. Hard luck. Survival. Aren't they live? Yeah, they're live. Let's go say hi.
Chat today.
He's still playing
Welcome to our home. We hope you feel welcome on this St. Patrick's Day.
We'll give him a like on there, and we'll switch over. We'll give him a like on each one. We'll switch accounts. We'll give him a like on each account.
Right on. Hey, Eddie Block, how you doing? Glad you're in the house. Live chat with Eddie Martin. How you doing tonight, brother? Glad to see you.
You got a blue jacket. Congratulations. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you so much, my brother. So how are you doing? Are you live?
Yes, I am live.
Oh, you're living the dream too. I'm glad to see you here, man.
Yeah, we thought we
You
stopped.
are live streaming. J-Mac, thank you so much.
Think I'm talking to him. It's like I'm talking.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. How have you been? What are you up to? I've been busy.
I'm about 5'3".
I mean, 20-part 8 ball to scale. And... No elbow. You know how many times I bought a cue and it didn't work? But it looks cool when you go in the bar and you take it out of the case and you're like, yep.
It's an intimidation factor. It's like, you know.
Then they shoot and they're not intimidated anymore.
It's intimidating. You don't know. You think about it. He's got his own equipment. He's bringing his own thing. It's in a case. He's putting it together. This guy's got to be.
Their mic is kind of choppy. I gotta tell them their mic is choppy.
Oh, don't worry about it. Even thank you so much for that that donation. That's huge. We appreciate it. And J-Man,
I'm modded over there.
Awesome. Sham official, good evening. I didn't even see you. How are you tonight?
Hold on, let's see if we get Rob to say a prayer. Let's see if Rob will say a prayer for us real quick.
In Colorado, how are you tonight? Good to see you.
Let's throw Rob some likes,
Say
guys.
a prayer. Need a prayer?
Can I play a piece first?
No.
They're asking for a prayer. That's another room.
We want Rob.
I'll hop on out if you would like.
Absolutely, we'll do a prayer.
Let's get all set up.
I gotta get ready.
Behind you, right there. Yep.
All right, I'm coming over, Eddie.
I'll hop on out. Taking on out.
Definitely, Eddie, I'll do a prayer. Everybody ready for this?
Heck yeah.
Our most kind and heavenly Father, I pray that everyone in here tonight feels the power of your love, Father, the power of your mercy. Father, if anybody has an ailment in here, we pray that you take care of it. And we're praying this prayer in faith. And we pray for Eddie Block that all goes well and that he just continues being a great guy. Father, we also pray for everybody else in the room, like I said, for any ailments or anything that's wrong, just heal them. Father, also we would like to thank you for all the good things that you do and all the great blessings that you bestow upon all of us. We pray for all these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen, amen, amen.
All right, you're up.
I got you.
Right on, everybody.
Alrighty.
All right, he's coming right next.
Oops, what'd I mess up?
Yeah, right there.
TY, thank you, Rob.
Oh, I said it right, never mind.
Drunk Uncle, how are you?
It's been a while since we've seen you, Drunk Uncle. Well, it's good to have you.
Yeah.
We hope you're enjoying your St. Patrick's Day.
All right, guys, there you go. There's a little bit of Rob. You got your prayer in. We haven't heard Rob to give us a prayer for a while. Let me finish up some of this news, because we got to finish this news up, right? We'll stay on his channel so we can get some watch time. Get his hours up. Yeah, no. We got to help out all our buddies here, right? We got to take care of our friends, right? All right, guys. So let's watch this on hydrochloroquine.
Virus cases on the decline. Many people are pointing to the vaccine as a solution to reopening the nation. Here's one America's Pearson Sharp.
With the media hype over the coronavirus showing no signs of stopping, attention has now turned to the vaccine. One American News spoke with Dr. Brian Tyson, a physician in Southern California who has successfully treated thousands of coronavirus patients at his clinic. He warns that not all vaccines are created equal, and that prioritizing an experimental drug over early treatment is putting lives needlessly in danger.
You've been treating people pretty much from the beginning with a cocktail, hydroxychloroquine and azithromycin. How has that been going? What kind of results have you seen?
Well, I think the update from this last week is we're close to 5,000 positive patients at this point.
5,000 patients treated and cured.
With
the hydroxychloroquine cocktail.
Right. And we've had two mortalities, and we've had 6 hospitalizations. Early treatment is the key. I can't stress that enough. The earlier we treat patients, doesn't matter the age. We've seen patients 94 years old. We get them started on early treatment, and they all seem to do well. The failure in this whole year, which is still why we're still here talking about this, is it's the failure to recognize early treatment works. There is now a protocol. So failure of physicians to follow that protocol or even look at that protocol could be considered malpractice now.
They're endangering lives.
They are. They are endangering lives. They're not listening to what we're saying. Why? I don't know.
Who are they listening to?
They're listening to people who don't take care of patients. Plain and simple. How can you sit there and tell me what I'm doing is wrong when you've never taken care of a patient in your life?
I've asked you before, but now that the vaccine is out and widely available, with the kind of success you just described using hydroxychloroquine, do we need a vaccine?
So the answer to that question is no. I don't see a need for this vaccine. In the VAERS report, 1,500 deaths related to the COVID vaccine. That's more adverse events than any vaccines, all of them grouped together. So if you were to take all the vaccines in the world that we use, MMR, polio, okay, Hib, RSV, all of these vaccines, varicella-vax, all of these, and you combine all of those vaccine adverse events, it's still less than what we're seeing with the COVID vaccines. So that tells me there's still some work to do. If the average age of death from the vaccine is 79, well then giving it to those high-risk patients is probably, not a good idea. And we're seeing some countries putting that on hold.
The risk outweighs the reward.
If the risk outweighs the reward, then let's not use it.
What kind of side effects are people experiencing from getting the vaccine?
Well, number one, death. Number two is severe flu-like symptoms, like they're getting COVID, diarrhea, vomiting, dehydration. Those are the big ones that we've seen in our urgent care. And then there's a lot of myalgias, muscle aches, soreness, which we all would expect. Anaphylaxis. The cases of anaphylaxis are a lot higher than normal. Guillain-Barré is another one that we see.
That's the paralysis.
The paralysis, that classically we see with vaccines, but again, in most vaccine groups, it's very, very minimal. Again, maybe 2 per million, where we're seeing that a little bit higher in the COVID vaccine group. Bell's palsy, for some reason, seems to be affecting more people getting the COVID vaccine as opposed to other vaccines. And then the other one that is a little worrisome for me, and I think for most physicians, is lymphadenopathy in the affected arm. So they were noticing that women getting mammograms were showing lymph node swelling in abnormal mammograms, which is a concern because if the vaccine's causing lymphadenopathy, then we look at, because it's a messenger RNA vaccine, is that comparable to something like Epstein-Barr virus? Which, if you get Epstein-Barr virus, your chances of lymphoma in the future go up. How do we know that this vaccine's not going to act similar? I'm not saying that it will, but we have to ask the question. When you start seeing big lymph node swellings and things, those are concerns, warning signs that all physicians should be looking at that. And we need to be following that throughout the years to see, is that truly safe or not? And those are questions that all physicians should be asking.
Rushed to market in record time, questions over the long-term effects of the vaccine remain largely unanswered. Fortunately, however, as Dr. Tyson explains, a safe and proven treatment is available today. Until the safety profile of the vaccine is better understood, for Dr. Tyson and countless other doctors, patients, and survivors, the best solution for saving lives and reopening the country remains hydroxychloroquine. Pearson Sharp, One American News. Want to see?
Exactly. I would rather take hydroxychloroquine than I would take the vaccine, right? I mean, look at it. They're talking about the vaccine in women are causing their lymph nodes to get bigger, causing them Epstein-Barr. I mean, or something similar to Epstein-Barr. I mean, come on. This vaccine was pushed through too quickly. I'm sorry. I just don't trust it. Especially anything that Bill Gates is pushing. Just not for me, guys. Not for me. Not for me. Look, here's the deal. I'm 44. I'm going to be 45 in a couple months, right? I have had 60 operations. I was born with spina bifida, scoliosis, and 6 other birth defects, all caused by my dad's exposure to Agent Orange. So I have they say I have Agent Orange, the chemical, in my body, right? You can't get rid of it. Now they're saying I can give it to my kids, possibly. I have a friend of mine whose son has spinal bifida, and they say it's caused by the Agent Orange. I am in that top tier of people who should get sick, who should have gotten COVID already. Me and Ben Berkwam, the day they shut this stuff down, I was in San Francisco going and filming out there. Every week, probably almost every single weekend, I've been at rallies for the last year. I've been to Washington, D.C., where there's been thousands of people. Huntington Beach, where there's thousands of people. Sacramento, where there's hundreds of, close to maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000 people. Where at least 100 people every time I go out will come up and give me a hug. Or somebody will come, hey, can I take a picture with you? And I haven't got COVID. I haven't had it. And I'm the #1 person that should be getting it. Right? I'm just saying. I'm not going to take the vaccine. Maybe all my stupid operations have, raised my bar up, to where, I used to have a real bad drinking problem. And I went in, and so they couldn't believe how good my liver is and how good my heart is, right? I was supposed to die by the day, on my first day. Then they gave me till 7 days. Then they gave me a couple months. Then they gave me a couple years. Well, I'm 40, almost 45 years old, and I'm still alive. You know why? Because God is like, you know what, Eddie, I'm going to give you that you don't give a shit, and nothing can fuck with you, right? I messed up. So every time he barks when I'm on the show, I've been giving this guy a treat. So now he's learned that if he barks, I'll give him a treat. I got to stop that. But of course, to get him to stop, what am I going to do right now? I'm going to give him a freaking treat. There you go, Donnie. Here you go, Panda Bear. Brownie, sit. Sit, Brownie. Brownie, you don't get it unless you sit. Good girl. There you go. All right. Now everybody's got a treat. Hopefully they'll calm down. Knowing Donnie, he probably won't. Oh, shoot. I just deleted one that I wanted to show you. History. Recently closed. Was this it? Yes. Here we go. Here's one last news item for you, and then we're going to have a little fun. We'll just kind of move around the internet, see what kind of trouble we can get into. What my blood type is, I guess I'm either O negative or O positive. Whatever one is universal.
Airline industry looks to recover from the impact of the pandemic. Many are proposing a type of vaccine passport for those who've been inoculated against COVID. I want to bring in attorney John Jordan to discuss the faults of that proposal. Hi, John. Thanks for joining us today.
It's good to be here.
Why are vaccine passports not a viable plan to help the airline industry recover?
Well, it's more that I don't think they're a good idea, they're not necessary, and they're dangerous. First of all, with vaccines rolling out across the country, those that want to travel safely will be able to do so. Moreover, there's data out of Israel now that tells us that the vaccines prevent 94% of asymptomatic cases or spreading. It stops the spread of the virus. So with the number of people that are getting the vaccine and those results, it's hard to see why it's beneficial. Now, why it's scary is this is another opportunity for those that would deprive us of our freedom and want to gather data on Americans. Because keep in mind, the first step in building a police state is building up the data set and the scaffolding around it. And having this type of passport is just that kind of thing. It lends itself to the next crisis, whether it's real or imagined. These types of things never really go away. It's an opportunity to track Americans, and the helpful folks in Beijing that run the Communist Party of China are offering to run the whole thing for the World Health Organization.
When at this point could airlines realistically lift restrictions for passengers who have been vaccinated aboard their flights, and how would they go about facilitating that effort?
Well, that's really up to the Federal Department of Transportation to decide what airlines can and can't do. But with the number of people that are being vaccinated right now, each individual airline is in a position, subject to DOT rules, to let people on. And it's really, you got to let people make up their own minds. If they're not vaccinated, do they want to be in that situation? But if Joe Biden is to be believed, every American's going to have an opportunity to have a vaccine by May 31st anyway. So why do we need yet another intrusive bureaucracy which lends itself to data mining by foreign and potentially hostile foreign powers? Why do we need that when within 90 days we're going to all be vaccinated anyway?
TSA screenings at U.S. airports hit a pandemic-era high over the weekend. Most travel currently happening is on domestic flights, with international travel still far off from pre-pandemic levels. How can airlines adapt?
Well, airlines are going to have to adapt. The fact that international travel in big airplanes, big wide-body airplanes, is going to be the last part of the industry to recover. What you're going to see is more travel to places like Hawaii as that opens up, Florida, and domestic travel inside the United States. So airlines are going to bring back their narrow body, their 737, 757 type airplanes, and some of their smaller Airbuses, the A320, for example. They're going to come back sooner, as Americans are going to be more comfortable with domestic travel before either the American public or foreign countries are comfortable with large numbers of people going overseas.
You mentioned those smaller planes, and a plane maker like Boeing, their business has suffered tremendously pre-pandemic, but also during pandemic, and they've put off orders for their new wide-body planes, saying the demand isn't there. How can plane makers like Boeing and Airbus adapt to this new demand?
Well, that's a great question, and that's a great question. The 737 MAX issue, and I don't know if you knew this, but I'm a pilot. I got almost 10,000 hours and hold an airline transport pilot certificate. Those types of airplanes, the Boeing 737 MAX, which has been recertified and is now approved for orders, those are going to start to move off the assembly lines in Boeing's assembly lines pretty quickly. Some of the 787s might as well, too, because even though they're bigger, longer-range airplanes, they can be efficient on intermediate routes. So you're going to see those types of airplanes recover sooner. You're going to see a lot more of the 747s, MD-11s, and the big Airbuses still sit in those boneyards in the desert, because until people are really comfortable going overseas and countries are really comfortable accepting overseas travelers.
All right, Attorney John Jordan joining us to discuss the recovery in the airline industry and the dangers of proposals like vaccine passports for travel. Thanks so much for coming on the show today.
My pleasure.
Want to see more videos like this? Visit OANN.com for immediate access to all the clips you've been waiting to see.
All right, I was trying to go to Kaiser. To see what exactly my blood type is, but I guess they don't tell you what your blood type is. I don't have to figure. Next time I go donate blood. Oh, I can't donate blood for a while because I got a tattoo. Oh no, I got my tattoo a year ago, so I guess I can, huh? Ever watch Loose Change? No, I never watched Loose Change. What's that? What's Loose Change? Yeah, that guy, I don't know if he was eating too much carrots or if it was just the way that they're doing it. Alright, there was some other stuff I had on here. What did I have on here? I was trying to find that. Let's watch this.
Tonight, a Central Arkansas couple is upset, saying Spirit Airlines refused to let their son with autism fly because he wouldn't wear a mask.
Wait, hold on.
Family says they have a doctor's note, and the
Let me put this. That is high definition. Holy shit, that's pretty ugly for high definition. There we go.
4-year-old should be an exemption to the rule. Jay Jackson with our Little Rock station spoke with the child's mother.
Come on.
We have flown multiple times with our son. Our son is severely autistic.
Oh, gotta love getting kicked off an airplane.
He's nonverbal, and he's going to be 5 this year. We always fly with Spirit. We've never had an issue with Spirit.
Until Callie Kimball says her husband and son were kicked off a plane in Las Vegas Monday morning. She tells THV11 there were no issues on the flight to Vegas, but now it's time to come home from visiting family, and there's trouble.
He has a medical note from his physician stating that he's exempt from wearing masks because whenever he wears a mask, he holds his breath or he starts freaking out and he will harm himself.
Her 5-year-old son loves airplanes, so to be told to get off of one bothered him.
He has a disability. It's protected under the American Disability Act. And they said, no. Autism's not a disability. He has to wear a mask or he has to get off the plane.
American Airlines is offering to accommodate the family. The Kimball family says they need their money back from Spirit Airlines for the flight they weren't allowed to take. Kimball says Spirit refused to refund them.
We're out all of our flights, $1,000, and we have a son who's just so distraught now that he threw all of his airplanes down. And so we're like, great, this is a freaking nightmare. And I've never in my life, being the parent of an autistic kid, it's really, really hard. And I've never in my life experienced that kind of discrimination from someone. I understand that COVID is real and that we need to take the precautions to protect everyone, but he has a disability. He can't wear the mask.
Covering news where you live, Jade Jackson, 5 News.
Now, American Airlines did allow them to fly home, but they haven't gotten any response or their money back from Spirit. They should be home sometime this evening, and as of tonight, Spirit Airlines has not responded to any request for a statement regarding the issue.
You know what? That's just a freaking... the freaking mask Nazis, right? These freaking mask Nazis that are doing this shit. It's bunch of bullshit, right? You can't tell me you can't tell that kid right there has doesn't have a disability. I mean, he has a disability, right? Oh my freaking gosh, man! Calm down with these freaking mask rules. You know what? They got separate classes. How about this? The people that don't want to wear a mask, put them on first, put them in the freaking back. And then the people that want to wear a mask, put them in the middle of the plane or the front of the plane, right? That way they don't gotta fucking worry about us. And you know what? If your mask fucking works, then who cares if we're not wearing one? And I've always had trouble with Spirit. Every time we fly to Las Vegas from Fresno, because I have a friend of mine who takes me every time he goes to, not every time, but sometimes when he goes to Vegas, he takes me with him. Just because I don't know, I mostly spend my time in the hotel room, but he thinks it's fun taking me. But we fly Spirit, and they're always late. Spirit sucks. You would think when they're always late like that they'd be taking care of the damn customers. Anyways, just a bunch of bullshit. All right, let's see what Drunk Uncle sent me. Let's watch what Drunk Uncle sent us.
You realize, of course, that the left controls all of the institutions, right? Big tech, higher education, lower education, the administrative state, on and on, Hollywood, right? So if they control all the institutions and there is institutional racism, that would be a problem for the left. And we see this in the media. Here's some institutional racism. There was a story just came out of Rochester. 2 black teens burned a mentally ill white guy to death. Rochester, New York.
Are you fucking kidding me?
The 2 black teens have been charged with assault and arson. I'm not sure if they were charged with murder. They snuck into the guy's home on Friday afternoon. They sprayed him with an ignitable fluid, and they set him on fire until 70% of his body was covered in second-degree burns. Then they left him to die. But thankfully, a man, maybe it might have been a mailman or a worker who was checking on the gas and the electric, came into the apartment, tried to put him out, put the guy who was on fire, put him out. By the time 911 got there, though, it was too late. The victim fought for his life for 4 days in a burn trauma unit, and then he died. A police source has confirmed the original reporting, which came from Bob Lonsberry, has confirmed that to the Daily Wire. You probably haven't heard of this story. If the races were reversed, this would be a national, actually an international news story. and the teens would be called white supremacists, and they would certainly go to prison for life and likely receive the death penalty. There would be marches in the streets. There would, if 2020 is any indication, there would be riots all over the streets. Stores would be broken into. People would be stealing private property in the name of social justice. Cities would be on fire. But the races are reversed here. So not only is none of that happening, but none of that's happening in large part. Well, none of it would happen anyway. But one of the reasons none of it's happening is because the media just won't cover it. Are these kids being charged with a hate crime? I don't know. What is a hate crime? Hate crime, sort of a silly phrase. It's a silly idea. The idea that, you know, certain crimes are hate crimes, so presumably other crimes are love crimes. I don't know about that. Certain crimes are lukewarm crimes, maybe. But the idea that you should receive a harsher sentence because of your motivations, and that somehow the jury will be able to discern with specificity all of your motivations and then be able to mete out a just punishment based on that. You're not hearing about any of that. It's going to be swept under the rug. Was it racist? I don't know. Maybe. Certainly psychopathic. Why these two teenagers are going to be permitted into society ever again is beyond me, but that's the society that we live in. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit...
That is so fucking I'm sorry. That's fucking disgusting. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? And this is why I do what I do. Yes, I'm in a fucking... I can walk a little bit, but I spend most of my time on that scooter. And that's why I don't take nobody's shit. Because you know what? I hope those guys try and do it to fucking me. Because they try and burn me, you know what's going to happen? They're getting burned too, because I'm going to be on their ass beating the fuck out of them. Oh my gosh. I almost want to go to jail now just so I can go find those two motherfuckers and kick their ass myself. Jeez Louise, man. I mean, come on. What the fuck? I don't even know what to say. Don't even know what to say right now. It's just disgusting, man. I mean, man. And you know, the worst pain you can have in the world, they say, is being burned. That is the most pain. They have to give you just it's not even morphine. They got to put you in a coma because the pain is so bad. Right? And they did this to a mentally disabled kid. Man, just makes me want to beat the shit out of somebody, right? Hey, you know what? Tell me what jail they're in. I'll go to that city and I'll freaking get my ass thrown in jail. Oh, they're in juvie probably. Can't even do it. I gotta find out when their court case is. I'll fly to wherever the fuck they are, and when the court's done and over, if they aren't in jail, or when they're going to jail, I'll run them over my scooter and just knock the shit out of them. Right? Oh my gosh. I need something to make me laugh. Let's watch some gas station encounters, because I'm too pissed off right now. I'm just way too pissed. Just seeing that stuff is just... And let me switch accounts so we know which one we've seen already. Just... You know what, though? God's gonna fucking handle them. God's gonna handle those kids, man. I understand they're like kids, but still, that's just... No. No. You just don't do that shit. You just don't do that shit. We're gonna have to watch 2, I think, to bring me back to life. Actually, you know what's gonna make me laugh? I know what'll make me laugh. Where is it? I know what's gonna make me laugh. Hold on. We can make me laugh right here. This'll make me laugh. This always makes me laugh. How's it look on full screen for you guys? There! Get the fuck off of me, you motherfucker!
Stop fucking following me then, bitch.
Alright, this is making me feel better. That's making me feel better.
Get the fuck off of me, you motherfucker. Stop fucking following me then, bitch.
Oh, man. Alright. That always makes me feel better. That makes me feel better. You want me to go to Arkansas? What, Donnie? Oh. What? Alright, let's watch the prepaid fill first.
Gotta look up at the counter when you walk into a store. Gotta unbuckle my belt. Gotta look a little more. Gotta look one more time. Got my eye on the clerk. Gotta tuck in my shirt. It sucks, but it works. I must quench my thirst, cause I like stealing beer every day of my life. I like stealing beer. Did it once, now I'll do it twice. I like stealing beer. Make a loop in my life. I like stealing beer. Got me once, then won't give me twice. I want to get one free. I want to get one free. I want to get one free. I will give a free. I will get one. I want to get one free. I want to get one free. I want to get one free. I will give a free. I will get one. Now I got my beer and I'm in the clear, so it's going down my shirt. Now it's time to pay, about to break the bank, and I hope I don't get searched. Cause if I do, I'm really, really screwed.
Who's Larry? What about that other beer? She gone. Yeah, you gonna go get him, Donnie? Go get him.
I don't have my phone.
It's all good.
Hey, buddy! Hey, buddy! Back here, pay for it. What do you think you're doing?
What do you think you're doing?
You're a thief.
You're a thief.
There's another one down his shirt. Another one down his shirt? No. Thief.
I like stealing beer every day of my life.
Oh, I didn't know that she gone. I wanted to see a she gone. Let's do one more. Why not? The ice cream freezer thiefer. Wait a minute. Is that the next one? Yeah, we'll watch that one.
We got another Favorite collaboration that works right here. We're going to be paying attention to the guy in the white tank top who just got out of the car. He's going to drink his beverage, he's going to put it back in the car, and he's going to close that car door, and he's going to follow his buddy in the orange room with his white tank top and his pink shorts on. Then obviously he's going to look up at the counter, and then he's going to look in the back of the store, and then he's going to make his way up to the front counter. He's going to look out the window, he's going to lean on the counter, and then he's going to look down all around. He doesn't know what he's looking for, and then he's going to make his way over here, and he's going to be like, ooh, fresh fruit. Maybe I should get an apple, or how about a banana? Wait a minute, what is this right here? Oh my gosh, is that a pineapple? Yeah, that's too big for me right now. Wait a minute, is that a Fave Trip t-shirt? No, I can't afford that right now, so I'm going to come up here to the counter, and you know what? I should probably look up at the camera. Uh-oh, doesn't look like this is a good store to steal from. I'll just keep counting my money, make it look like I'm a paying customer. Ooh, fountain pop machine, and of course it's not working. I'm gonna thief scratch my nose, and oh, look what we got here. Aleve, Advil, and Motrin. You know what? I don't really have a headache, so I can't really use any of those. I'm still looking for that fake pee. Oh, look, here it is. Yeah, right here.
there, you see that, buddy? Yeah, that's the fake pee that I'm looking for. Delicious now. Hey, have you ever tried this fake urine before? I really gotta pass a drug test for work, and obviously I'm not gonna pass it unless I buy some fake urine. Too bad this is behind the glass. I'd really like to steal it, but wait a minute. That camera's still looking at me? Oh no, this is gonna be really hard to steal from the store. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Wait a minute. Is that a camera too? Oh man, this store's got cameras all over the place. What am I gonna do? I better come over here and pretend like I'm looking at stuff. You know, I gotta pretend like I'm looking like a normal customer. Oh, maybe I want some Pringles, maybe not. Oh, what's back here? Oil? Yep, I don't need any oil for my car because it's not my car. My buddy drove me here. And up there he is. He's up at the counter. I better go up there and visit him and say what's up. Hey, little buddy, what are you doing? You know you drove me here. I got money in my hand. Yeah, I'm a paying customer. Don't worry, I'm not gonna thief or anything. Turn my hat to the side. You know, gotta look normal. Oh, hey there, what's going on, man? How you doing? Hey, don't mind me. I'm just a normal paying customer. Oh, you like my tattoos? Thanks a lot. Yeah, I'm trying to sleeve this other arm, but you know, if I lose my job, I won't be able to do that. So I gotta buy some fake urine. Have you ever tried this stuff before? Oh no, you don't hang out with Mary? Well, dang, that sucks. I hang out with Mary all the time. Come on, little buddy, hurry up. You know, I gotta buy that fake urine. Oh, girls blow me up. Girls blow me up. Yep, up. Hey, what's going on, man? Yeah, can I get some of that fake urine right there? So he is buying Monkey Whiz, which is a brand of fake urine so that he can pass a drug test, and he is also going to buy a pack of smokes.
I laugh every time he does that.
Okay, got my smokes and my Monkey Whiz. I'm good to go, but they're getting pretty busy. Probably a good time to walk around the entire store because, you know, I haven't done that yet already. Ooh, maybe I want a delicious beverage. How about a 2-liter? No, I don't want a 2-liter. I don't want a beverage at all, actually. Ooh, freezer, jackpot. You know what I want? Some delicious ice cream. Ooh, is that Ben & Jerry's? Yeah, that's probably like $7. Screw that. So I'm going to come over here, stand in line like a normal customer, pretend like I'm looking around. And you know what? I already looked at that pie machine, but I should probably go pretend to look at it one more time. And you know what? I'll go ask my buddy about this ice cream. Hey, do you like ice cream in your mouth like this? Yeah, I got chocolate ice cream right here. It's Ben & Jerry's. You want some of the Ben & Jerry's? Oh, I'm sorry, bud. Oh, perfect time. They're really busy right now, and they definitely did not see me walk out the door with that ice cream. It's probably buy fake urine, get free ice cream day anyways. And hurry up, everybody. Come on. We got to get out of here. Let's go. And she gone.
There we go.
If you know this thief, let him know that he needs to turn himself into the local authorities so we can properly have him charged with theft for stealing ice cream.
I wish I could, Brittany, but I will get in trouble. We will get in trouble. YouTube likes to mess with me. Let's see. Why is it not lowering? Get smaller. There we go. Let's see what's going on, please. Let's go what's going on YouTube. Anything good? Anything good we can watch? We haven't watched Cart Narcs in a while. Let's watch a Cart Narc.
Yeah, I'm Official Agent Sebastian with the Cart Narcs.
You're what now?
Agent Sebastian with the Cart Narcs.
Agent Sebastian?
Yes, sir.
What agency are you with, Agent?
One moment, please. I'm gonna let them. Yeah, there we go. With the Cart Narcs, agency.
And what agents? Who and for? Where are they from? Cart Narcs.
They are a non-governmental secret agency.
Our secret agency, non-government. Have you lost your mind, dude?
Now, sir, just to be clear, you didn't leave your card out, right?
No, I want to know. Have you lost your mind?
Well, why do you say that?
What are you doing out here?
So, okay, let's take a look. I've been cleaning up cards, but let's say this lady left her card right there, which happens all the time. She's not doing that, obviously. But it would be blocking.
Whose authorization are you doing this under?
Under the authorization of humanity. Like I'm just helping.
Humanity!
At large, yeah.
Humanity at large!
So if you're, for instance, you ever pulled into a spot and then had a cart blocking the spot?
Why don't you do something more beneficial to this world?
Give me an example. What would you like me to do?
Why don't you tell people that if they don't find salvation through the blood of Christ, they're going to perish?
But what if they're not? What if that's not their religion, though?
It's not a religion; it's the truth.
But they don't believe that.
Whether or not you believe it's true or not, it's true.
Okay, but see, they believe. Right? But okay, we're on the side. Let's talk about the cars.
Just like somebody going to the electric chair. The guy tells the judge, "Listen, I don't believe in the electric chair." Does that mean he's not going?
That's a fair point.
I want to know are you all there, dude?
Now,
have you had psychological evaluations?
I just want to be clear that
or something
that
you need some sort of psychological evaluation.
That
you're out here getting in other people's business.
No, have you seen me do that yet?
Because they're not putting their cart in the.
Well, because it's the correlation, sir. Now think about what would Jesus do?
No, we don't know what Jesus would do.
He would take his card back, I believe.
Okay.
Can we agree that
we
Jesus?
know what Jesus did do.
Can we agree that Jesus
Because
would?
we can look back through history and scripture
So-
and read about what Jesus did do.
What
Jesus would do is complete speculation.
Let's ask.
And why are you filming me?
In general, for protection. In any case, sir, this is just a ride along guy. Anyway, the point is this: Jesus picked up after himself, right? He picked up after himself, and that's all that we're asking folks
Read your
to do.
Bible, dude.
And the Bible, Genesis 34:16 said, and God created the carts, and He was good.
And God created the cart.
And the cart was returned, and that was good. Yay. For lo, I am.
So now you're making a mockery of the Word of God.
No, I'm saying.
That's what you're doing?
This is what. How you doing, sir?
You're making a mockery of the Word of God. You need to go get some psychological help.
All I'm doing is helping people pick up after themselves. Again, I never approached you. Is that correct? You just came out of nowhere. All right, Cart Narketeers. This is, by the way, Agent Jay. He's not an actual agent. He's just on a ride along today. He's just hanging out. He's a Narketeer, a fan. That gentleman approached me out of nowhere. And he was talking to my ride along friend, Agent Jay, who's just a Narketeer, just a fan. And I guess he didn't like the explanation of our mission at the Cart Narcs, and then he's gonna have one final word. He went religious on it. So I appreciate it, sir. Thank you. And
You can find something more productive to do with your time. Maybe build something. Maybe go feed the homeless.
is that where you're going right now, to feed the homeless?
Do something like that.
Right this second, let me ask you. Right this second, are you going to go feed the homeless?
Right this second? No. But I do feed the homeless.
Maybe I'm doing that too in my spare time. But I'm also doing this.
Well, this is not very productive.
It's saving people's
needs or form.
It's saving people's cars from getting dented in.
Saving people's cars.
Yeah.
Good for you, dude. Way to go.
You
big car saver. Way to go, partner.
How angry would you be if they always run away?
Good point.
How angry would he be, Narketeer Jay?
That was money right there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's very loud.
That's an A. That's an A, right?
He was A plus angry, which I don't approve of. How angry would he be, was what I was about to say before he drove off, if he walked out to his minivan and the taillight was smacked in? And people send us photos and videos all the time, and they say, I didn't think about it till it happened to me. And that's the golden rule, which is what Jesus. Anyway.
I could feel him. And I was like, what's up, man? He's like, what?
All right, that's kind of, it wasn't as funny as they normally are. But hey, check it out. I got my invitation. It's my buddy's 50th wedding anniversary. He was part of the Goonies. He's kind of famous in Hollywood. Not too famous, but you know, he's got a little bit going on. And his 50th wedding anniversary is coming up. And guess who he invited? He invited Eddie Block. Because you know why? Because I'm a Trump lover like him. And he's a very big conservative. He goes against the grain in the Hollywood scene. But he doesn't give a shit because he's a Marine. And he's like 6'7", just a big old tall burly man. And so, what is it? A weekend. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. I'm going to go. And I'm going to have a little fun. At his wedding, they're going to redo their wedding vows. We're going to have some nice conservative talk and some good food. So that's going to be fun. You guys want to watch Impromptu Change My Mind, Steven Crowder? I know me and Drunk Uncle like this stuff. We'll watch Steven Crowder, and then we're going to get the heck out of here because it's getting late.
Well, the Kurds, I would like to see them continue to sponsor them because they did the brunt of the fighting against Al-Qaeda in the Middle East.
You were supportive of when George W. Bush did that in Iraq
Yes.
as well?
Well,
Okay.
no, I was
do you mind if I ask you, and you don't have to answer this, who you voted for?
Well, sure, Joe Biden.
Okay. And why did you vote for Joe Biden?
I'm a Democrat, and he's a Democrat, and he's by far the superior of the two candidates.
Okay. And why do you, what makes you say that?
Oh, I'm not a big fan of Trump as a person. He's not my kind of guy.
How
He's
so?
not truthful. He's really believe a sociopath. He has no empathy for people. He cares about one person. That's Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And you can dispute the policies. That's just good public debate. But his lack of empathy.
Right. And what do you mean when you say that lack of empathy? For whom?
He doesn't really care about you or me.
Okay.
When he spoke about John Lewis when he died, when he spoke about the Gold Star families, there was really no sympathy. There was really no empathy for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's just the kind of person that he is. He cares about one thing and one thing alone, and that's Donald Trump.
Yeah, I don't know necessarily what it is that you're referencing of the Gold Star families. I know that recently when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, someone who he vehemently disagreed with, he was very kind.
Yes,
and
but also when John Lewis, the congressman from Georgia, died, he said, well, you know, John Lewis did some things, but he didn't come to my inauguration. You know.
All right, since you guys are mentioning Chunk and the Goonies, Rocky Road. Rocky Road. I had to do it.
I thought that was
And that's
extremely
all he
petty.
said?
Yes, I think that was.
He didn't say anything else in that statement?
No. I thought that was extremely petty for someone who was so instrumental in the civil rights movement.
So, and I understand you're a professor?
Yes.
Okay. It sounds to me, correct me if I'm wrong, because you just said you can debate policies, and I appreciate that. This is really more of a personality contest for you.
To a large extent. I mean, the policies, I'm very concerned, in particular about income inequality. He's really not done much on that. His foreign policies forsaking, like the Kurds in Turkey, not being a good ally, being really a laughingstock among our allies.
Well, specify what you mean as a professor. Educate me, the Kurds in Turkey.
Kurds in Turkey.
Yeah.
Well, they were our allies in fighting Al-Qaeda.
Right.
And as soon as he had a meeting with Erdogan, the president of Turkey, who is anti-Kurd, he dropped our
Saddam
support.
Hussein was as well.
He dropped our support for the Kurds, and they're just on their own.
So what would you like to see done differently?
Oh, I'd like to see him be more of a...
on specifically the Kurds. I take it you're more hawkish, so it sounds like.
Well, the Kurds, I would like to see them continue to sponsor them because they did the brunt of the fighting against Al-Qaeda in the Middle East.
Right.
In Iraq.
Right. Right.
So I would like to continue to see support for them.
And you were supportive of when George W. Bush did that in Iraq
Yes.
as well?
Well,
Okay.
no, I was not supporting George W. Bush's invasion of Iraq, but
I'm sorry, I'm confused. Isn't there something with, you're a professor, I'm not, isn't there something with the Kurds and Saddam Hussein?
Well, there's a bunch of Kurds with Syria, Turkey,
Sure,
Iran,
right.
Iraq.
But I know you're saying support the Kurds. Weren't a lot of them biochemically gassed?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you didn't want George Bush to intervene then?
By Saddam Hussein.
Right.
And again, it's a real sensitive policy question. It's a big thing with me.
But I'm trying to get your clear policy here, because you say Donald Trump should go in and support the Kurds, which of course could lead to another war.
No,
And
they were not.
Let me finish. But you didn't support the Kurds when George W. Bush was president against Saddam Hussein.
I supported the Kurds when they were doing the fighting against Al-Qaeda.
Okay.
I
supported
disagreed with the invasion of Iraq by George W. Bush.
Which primarily helped people like the Kurds, would we agree?
Well, you could argue that it helped the Kurds.
In part, since they've been
In part
gassed?
by this, but the big thing was he brought about the destabilization of the Middle East.
And you don't think that would happen right now with the Kurds and
No.
we're talking about Turkey?
No, I don't.
Okay. So support of the Kurds back then, bad. Support of the Kurds today, good.
Good.
Okay, understood. You mentioned income inequality with Donald Trump. And again, you're a professor, I'm not, so I appreciate you, educating me on this. What do you mean that Donald Trump hasn't done anything for income inequality? How is it, you believe it's gotten worse?
Oh, the tax cuts have really not benefited the lower income people. He argues that he's created a lot of jobs. You could really debate that. Compare that to the jobs created during the Obama administration.
How would you debate that?
By sheer numbers.
Okay, what numbers are those?
Well, again, I
unemployment,
can't
labor
give
force
them to you
deficit?
right off the top of my head,
but
okay. Supposedly more jobs were created under Obama in the last 4 years of his administration than the first 4 years of Saddam Hussein.
Well, come on, listen, you may disagree with him, but he's not Saddam Hussein.
Right.
Right.
And
right? He's not Saddam Hussein.
Absolutely not.
Okay, good.
No one ever said that.
I want to make sure. Well,
no.
some people did today. They've compared him to Hitler. I don't think you're doing that.
No, I certainly wouldn't do that.
Oh, I appreciate that. So you don't have those numbers.
No, I can't give them to you off the top of my head.
Okay. So I would disagree with you because obviously unemployment was down to 3.5% and labor force participation was significantly higher. Black unemployment at an all-time low. And do you know what the average American, for example, are you a professor of economics or?
Politics.
Oh, politics, okay. So do you know how much the average American has saved in taxes, for example, under Trump, since you teach politics?
I really can't tell you off the top of my head.
The low end is $1,600. The high end is $1,800. Do you know how much the average household income has gone up under Trump?
What am I playing with right now?
$5,000. Yeah, three and a half and some change years. Do you know how much it went up?
I can show you a little bit of it. Can't show you it all.
So would we not say that probably done more than when we talk about the middle class
I'll
than
certainly
Barack
give
Obama?
him credit for that, but there's the old idea that figures don't lie, but liars will figure. You have to take all these statistics with a grain of salt.
Sure.
That is how I'd reply to that.
Right, but I guess we would need some other statistics to provide more insight if we're going to make that claim. And I say this as someone who has directly benefited from Trump's tax policy. I employ everyone here, and another, I think it amounts to 14 people. Okay. And if Biden's tax policy is enacted, that's 2 people's salaries. Gone.
Okay. So are you asking a question, or what are you...
Well, I'm just saying that's reflected. So I'm talking about the numbers, and you said we need some other numbers, and now I'm giving you an anecdote as well, which seems to me that's important for the middle class, right? If people like me employ middle class, we pay people well, we pay them significantly above the national average, and we're going to have to find a way to cut costs of the equivalent to 2 salaries of people, and that's a number that you can see from Biden's marginal tax rates, right, that he's presented. So I disagree with you on the middle class. Your foreign policy stance is interesting to me, but it seems to me like your issue is primarily with Donald Trump's personality.
Yes.
Okay. I understand that. I wouldn't say that he should win any congeniality contests, but I do think that, I think he's done a pretty good job as a president of the United States. Are there any other criticisms that you would levy against Donald Trump, primarily the middle class and foreign policy?
Yes.
Is there, if the numbers that I've given you today are not a lie, let's say as a professor of politics, you go home and you research that and you say, oh, you know what? The average household income has increased by $5,000. The average American across the board is paying $1,600, $1,800 less in tax.
I'll just have to research that, and it would make me...
If it's all true.
If it's all true, I would give Trump a lot more credit.
Okay, that's all I ask, if it's all true. And I ask that you research it yourself, because, as you know, as a professor, misinformation is abound nowadays.
That's the whole deal.
Oh yeah, it's a real problem. And that's actually an interesting question I would like to ask you as a professor of politics. I assume that you also have to do quite a bit of teaching as it relates to research.
Yes.
What do you do to keep yourself informed on both sides of the issue right now? So how do you consume media, and what's your process to filter out misinformation?
Oh, I read continuously. I watch MSNBC, and I watch Fox News. I try to get every point of view that I possibly can. Because we do so much policy debate in class, I like to be able to present every point of view.
Right.
So that's what I do.
I think that's a good idea. That's what I do as well, watching both sides.
Right.
And I think it's important.
Matter of fact, I will have students get up and argue the point of view that they don't agree with.
Right.
Or they could just, say, I love Donald Trump, or I dislike Donald Trump, and why. And
do you have a lot of students who are big fans of Donald Trump?
Some.
Mm-hmm. And do any of them...
I teach in a school that's 75% Spanish speaking.
Okay.
And again, he's not real popular with black and Spanish speaking students.
That's not really true.
I say in general terms.
Okay. Well, it depends on, I think if we look at Spanish speaking as a monolith, that may be true, but it's very different from...
That was on my part, then.
Oh, no, that's okay. I understand what you're saying, but I mean, he does have record high, even if we look at them as a monolith, black support and Spanish speaking support, but particularly among legal Hispanic immigrants and Cuban Americans, they're overwhelmingly supportive of Donald Trump.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Little. I appreciate it.
Let's do it big, fat, love, find common ground to halt the spread of lies and any...
All right, you guys want to see them go undercover as Antifa? Let's do it.
The idea is just plain clothes and hard tactics, and I don't think they'll know ahead of it because they're not prepared for what we're planning.
Okay, they're gonna take the knife. How much of
Matt McDonald here with Fox 13 News.
We've been tracking Antifa for a long time. He was just down there at President's Circle, and they were handing out sharp objects to stab people with. Said they had someone come in with an AK. Why did it take 2 late-night hosts, comedians, to find this out?
You know what? I wish you guys luck.
Marley was dead to begin with. Okay, there you go. Verifiable proof that Antifa is premeditatedly and proactively violent. And you'll see more in this video than you've probably ever seen before. The kinds of attacks they plot, how they coordinate, what tools they use. Even more importantly, you'll...
I know I've asked this before, but do you guys know what movie that he's portraying in the background in that poster? There's a badass car in that video.
See complicit media who, when offered this very footage, turned the other way. How do we know all this? Because we've been infiltrating this organization.
Why is their audio so bad?
For a long time.
Oh, it's like 3 years old.
Hard. But first, you'll need a primer. Protests, violence, riots, calling everyone a Nazi. This is the MO of Antifa. We've all seen it, but the media, politicians, and academia all defend, deflect, or completely deny.
They are strictly principled anti-fascists.
What we saw were some brave people risking their lives.
That group protests fascism. Maybe their tactics weren't exactly right. It's messy.
Antifa are people who go and they try to push back on these guys, but it is not the case that they are going around building an armed movement.
Fascism cannot be defeated through speech. You need to take it with the utmost seriousness before it's too late.
Black Lives Matter, the Antifa movement, is interested in preserving the fabric of America.
Antifa is one of those things that somebody came up with as a catchphrase so that you could say, you know, oh, there is violence on the other side.
Why is that? Why defend the indefensible? Are they really just an inconsequential group of rabble-rousers? How deep does Antifa's organization go? What's their end game? Well, for several months, we tracked and infiltrated Antifa, culminating in their violent protest of the notorious Jewish Nazi speaker, Ben Shapiro, at the University of Utah. But before we get to the part where we send Not Gay Jared in undercover, vulnerable, afraid, and shaking like a Chinese crested without one of those little gay sweaters, a little backstory.
I want to kick my own ass.
In order to get in with the Antifa crowd, we had to infiltrate their private groups. After news broke that they were officially classified as a domestic terrorist organization, they pulled everything in much closer to the chest. They started vetting people, becoming paranoid about spies. They demanded we meet with them in person, installing a cryptic messaging app onto our phone, which they used to organize.
So I just met with the guy, and he installed a super secret encrypted messenger app on my phone, and they immediately took roll call, using all pseudonyms, such as Firebird, Ski Mask, Xavius. Yeah, everyone except for Will.
Yes, Will, whom we immediately identified on Facebook. Will also boasted of his sawed-off shotguns and armory in his trunk.
Wait,
At least that's what he said.
I have toolbox full of even you did? I have like on the border between just a regular rifle and an assault weapon and a sawed-off style shotgun. It's the fan.
Yeah,
you need
like
supplies.
last ditch.
Blue Subaru with the dent on the driver's side. That's mine.
So remember, just as the local authorities will remember, this is Will. What happened to you, Will? Somewhere on the way, you lost yourself. Believe me, it gets worse. The context makes all of this so much worse. Oh, also, yes, the violent Antifa organizer is seemingly tranny and or genderqueer. Patience. Now, to be fair, anyone can likely show up and protest, but they told us that all of this was required if we wanted to take part in their self-professed tactics. Now, just what do they mean by tactics? Well, we found out the next day. Again, patience. First, to understand what their tactics are, understand that Antifa is now in a PR battle. So what they claim and what they do are two very different things.
Plain clothes and hard tactics, and I don't think they'll know what hit them. Because they're not prepared for what we're planning.
Despite wanting to put distance between themselves and Antifa, and despite what resident gay Asian SJW in chief George Takei tweets out, Antifa has never operated alone. They've been actively supported by professors and other leftist and student organizations. For example, current University of Utah faculty like Cindy Geraldine Solomon Kleppa and Alinda McKenna encouraged and emboldened students to disrupt the Ben Shapiro event and to create chaos.
People like Ben Shapiro are the most dangerous people on this earth. And we're going to fight him tomorrow, aren't we?
Yes. Solidarity. And student organizations like the Students for a Democratic Society, because that's the thing, not only work alongside Antifa when convenient, but work with them to scope out police and even to provide pseudo-security by committing acts of violence. Antifa is, just to be clear, it's not an organization.
That's what we want to know.
It's short for anti-fascist, and I'm absolutely anti-fascist.
And I would echo what Ian just said. Antifa as a label does not mean one static organization, but it's definitely an ideology, a movement, a stance, if you may, of anti-fascism, bar none.
We signs explicitly ask these people who show up in Black Bloc to show up, these Antifa people to show up,
because, in the past we've been threatened by 3%ers, we've been threatened by neo-Nazis, we've been threatened by these people before, and their presence gives people an immense more amount of safety.
Now, according to Antifa's own words, what makes them different?
The difference between them and many of the other activist groups is the willingness to respond with violence.
See, the ultimate problem with Antifa and the organizations and professors who support them is that because they paint their opposition as Nazis, they've developed their very own unique code as to what warrants a violent response. They are ready and looking for it.
Okay, you're gonna take the knife. How much of even you done?
I have on the border between just a regular rifle and an assault weapon and a sawed-off style shotgun.
And then I've got a we got 2 AKs covered.
The willingness to respond with violence, the way that I would address what you were just asking about is I don't want to disavow an ally within the movement. The no pictures, that part, I would say it's understandable given what I was just talking about with anonymity.
Now, context, don't forget. What you gotta do can include violence against anyone you call a Nazi. They call Ben Shapiro a Nazi. They're allowed to commit violence against anyone filming them. And just how violent can they get?
If you go down to the military surplus store, the Navy surplus store, whatever, you can get a K-bar for $30-40, and it's just a combat knife. It's fixed blade, 5 inches or so, but it's just you strap it on your leg and you're good to go. Actually, this one's tiny, so you have to really stab them. Yeah, and last ditch is gonna be lure them down here.
Whoa, hold. Luring people to their cars with sawed-off shotguns and handing out knives and shivs. This went far beyond a goof, and we needed to get Nake Jared out of there. Good thing the man's got a quick mind.
Is there a place to shit around here? I don't know this campus.
To the right.
All right, I'll be right back. You guys gonna be in a few minutes?
Yes, at the risk of being called a snitch, Nake Jared immediately turned the footage over to the authorities, who were already aware of our presence there, by the way. Turns out they'd been tracking this pansexual / transgender queer with an axe to grind for a while, and they were grateful for our footage. The media, on the other hand, who you think would jump on a story like this, well, their response is what's most disturbing of all.
He was just down there at President's Circle, and they were handing out sharp objects to stab people with, said they had someone coming with an AK. Why did it take 2 late-night hosts, comedians, to find this out?
You know what, I wish you guys luck.
Yes, you just saw correctly. Even being shown the footage in the presence of police officers to confirm authenticity, they walked away. Also, I should note, this is Dan Harris from Nightline, national ABC News. He knew about the footage and the whole story, too. I offered it to him and asked for his card. He did not give it to me. We were delivering a story to local and national news on a silver platter which included infiltration, violence, and exposing the roots of a national domestic terrorist organization. And no one even wanted to give it a glimpse? Not one person? It didn't even get mentioned.
Protesters flooding the campus trying to shut down conservative speaker Ben Shapiro's appearance.
These are protesters that are against Ben Shapiro, conservative.
Only these people didn't call Ben Shapiro controversial. They called him a Nazi. And they aren't there to protest. They are there to punch Nazis as they chalk and paint on the walls or commit violence against people filming them, depending on the day. Case in point, our footage assisted with leading to the arrests of these violent protesters. Good example, codename Honeybee? Her real name is Jenna. Now, let me be clear here. We do not want to dox anyone, and we ask that none of you dox anyone. But we do want you to alert your local authorities if you recognize any of these people. These folks aren't playing a game anymore. This is serious violence. Take this black girl who committed assault. Now, we couldn't find any official arrest record, but we did post this on Facebook, and then this happened. So we immediately ID'd her as well. Grace. They're so easy to trick. Officers, we appreciate your service. Now, of course, the next day, when the inevitable violence that we warned about broke out, so-called journalists were all over it. Because, they're lazy. Here's the thing. Antifa and its supporters are openly practicing violence. Worse, they plan it. They plan to escalate it, as you can see. Now, if they call Ben Shapiro or me a Nazi, what does that make you? If they justify violence against someone with I don't know, an iPhone camera? What can they do to you? But worst of all, why did it take a late-night podcast host and his producer to do this kind of journalism? Cryptic messaging apps, private groups handing out illegal weapons and planning tactics. You mean to tell me that no one at ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN with billions of dollars in resources could have done this? It took Steven Crowder and not gay Jared to pull it off with some plane tickets and a couple burner phones? Sure, listen, Antifa is violent, they suck. We get it, very violent. But the fact that the media has never reported on any of this begs the question, are they complicit? Is the media complicit with all of this? Or do they just suck at their jobs?
They suck at their jobs and they're complicit.
I know who you are, Antifa. And I know what you want. If you're looking for a safe space, I can tell you that I have no sympathy. What I can tell you is that I have a very particular set of skills. Skills that I've acquired over a very long period of time. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you stop your acts of violence now, that will be the end of it. I will not look for you.
Dude, my whole house is shaking right now from this bass.
But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will ID you.
There we go. You guys want to see what 50 Merc looks like? Cobra. This is the car I want. This is it right here. This is a badass freaking ride. Hell yeah, I want one of those. You gotta chop it down. Oh yeah, this car is badass. Sylvester Stallone drives all the nice rides though too, right? What was the truck? Truck from the Expendables. I'd also like this truck too, right here. Look at this. The only problem is it's a Ford. But is that a badass truck or what? If it wasn't a Ford, it'd be even better. Heck yeah. Alright, you guys want to search for Antifa shit, right? Let's see what Antifa's doing today. It's a 50 Mercury. Let's filter with live. Cause I'm all the way live. Hotel Sturgis. No more results. Alright, what about, I think they hide the results. Let's look at concrete reporting. Isn't that what they're called? Concrete reporting that Antifa. It's not live. Let's see what they're doing at their protest.
I'm gonna go through a list of demands.
Mama, mama, can't you see? Mama, mama, can't you see? What the system's done to me? What the system's done to me?
Helping community in this world. It is a privilege for us to march on in her name. Say her name with me.
Alright, so I got a question right here. This guy he takes his mask off to sign, right? But if you're signing, why do you need to take your mask off? I thought they're all about masks. And why isn't she wearing a mask? You know, just asking. I thought Antifa believes in that.
One more time. Breonna Taylor! All right. I am really thankful and excited to have all of you enjoy Demetria's food, but before you get to eat it, she's going to come up here. I will say, everyone, that we are going to close with Demetria speaking, and then I'm hoping that all of you who are part of this march and those that just joined this march will please enjoy treats and food and nourishing drinks that'll help you on this next leg of the journey towards our Black liberation. Part of abolition.
I wonder if I rolled up there, if they would let me eat. What, you think they'd let me eat? Do you think they'd let me eat? I'll roll up there in my MAGA hat and try and, hey, you know, I heard you're giving out food. I'm kind of hungry. Can I get some? You want to see that? All right. You want to see that? We can do that. Might as well end the show with some fun, right? I'll probably see most of them. I think I'm in this one. I want to play. What the heck is wrong with you? There we go. I understand. I wish.
Attention! I am Officer Ratcliffe, a police officer with the Sacramento Police Department. I hereby declare this to be an unlawful assembly and, in the name of the people of the state of California, order all those assembled at Cesar Chavez Plaza Park to disperse
Look, there I am!
Immediately. Those who remain may be arrested. Disperse by walking on the sidewalk, either east or west on I Street, away from officers.
Cowboys, like I said, a men's club with political
Oh,
problems.
I know that lady. I interviewed her and her husband.
And maybe a slight drinking problem. We're still trying to figure that one out.
There's Julius.
But
there's Jeffy Perrine right there. I can say his name because y'all know him because he's on the
from
show
being
all
a
the time.
men's club to a club that now puts our lives and our livelihood on the line to protect people like you that come out to rallies.
There I go again.
Protect you guys by standing in front of you guys when the opposition and Antifa come to try to inflict harm on you guys.
Fuck Antifa.
Fuck Antifa, exactly. Oh, this one has a mouth. Very This is like a fetish for you guys. You're like a masochist. You come here to get abused. 900 an hour.
You lost. Who's coming here to get abused? You lost.
He's with us. They're like, you're not fighting each other.
Oh, wait. You see this guy right here with the white, with the color shirt with the afro? That's the guy that gets knocked out by me. Oh, wait. You just saw my arm go once, I think. Oh, wait. So my... Oh, you don't see me in there.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's a girl dog.
Oh, now they show me. Hold on, I want to see if they... you can't really see me fighting with them.
Oh, that's a girl dog.
Back up! Back up!
You can't really see me fighting with them. Hey, see this guy with the green hat? That's the National Lawyers Guild.
That was me, bitch.
Oh man, I thought there was gonna be more stuff on there. Let's see. Let's watch this one. one is. Mayday fight between Patriot. This is in Portland.
Police are telling us that there were as many as 60 people fighting in the streets involved in this. KGW's Mike Benner joins us live downtown. Really unfortunate, Mike, because this certainly wasn't representative of the way things were going this May Day.
Not at all, Dan. It was a peaceful day of protesting. In fact, tonight, Portland police sent out a press release saying that aside from some blocked streets, there were no arrests and no use of force by officers. As that information was coming into our newsroom, madness in the streets of Northeast Portland. Take a look.
An all-out brawl in the streets of Northeast Portland. By the looks of it, Antifa and the right-wing group Patriot Prayer clashing at what was advertised as a May Day after-party. Make no mistake about it, these two groups do not like each other. Tonight was no different. It was a violent end to an otherwise a peaceful May Day. Hours earlier, we watched as a crowd marched around the South Waterfront and rallied outside the ICE building. It was rowdy, but drama-free. Following that, a crowd of hundreds gathered at Holiday Park in Northeast Portland. There were speeches and dancing too. No sign of trouble.
It's awesome. It's great to have so many people here. This is meant to be a festival of resistance, so it's a joyous occasion. Celebrate international workers around the world in solidarity with folks who are in the struggle against fascism, against capitalism, and for rights for everybody.
And again, not long after that event at Holiday.
All right, there's a couple fights. Let's see. Let's watch this one.
Street battles have broken out between thousands of Donald Trump supporters and counter-protesters in the heart of Washington. Donald Trump has slammed those who clash with his fans as Antifa scum on Twitter and blamed the chaos on DC's Democratic mayor.
The streets of Washington, D.C. locked down. Protesters from across America questioning their political process and testing this nation's fate.
I remember
Tens of thousands of Donald Trump's supporters descended on Freedom Plaza. This the beginning of a new movement, Stop the Steal. Bringing with it an array of new cries.
China Joe has got to go!
Police swooped on several scuffles. Clashes between anti-fascists and Trump supporters boiling over. The far-right Proud Boys joined the march. Outside the Supreme Court, police moving in to separate them from Antifa. The same two groups fighting at similar events across the country.
After the sheer joy and relief we saw on the streets of the nation's capital last weekend, today feels different. These protesters are full of passion and they are on a mission to change the course of history in this moment.
We sent a message that 500,000 people aren't going to just go quietly into the night.
We are just disgusted that we're allowing the folks to steal this vote.
In which states do you believe the Democrats stole the election?
All of them. All of them. I bet all 50 states there's some votes fraud everywhere.
And after hinting he'd drive by his supporters, Donald Trump rolled past the plaza, 2 thumbs up out the window. He managed to smile for fans despite losing 9 legal challenges to the election result in one day. As the hours wore on, so did the violence. This man king hit by an anti-Trump protester as he left the march. Another demonstrator's face bloodied and more arrests made. Trump flags were on fire. His supporters attacked while eating dinner. Rioters looking to inflict damage and violence into the night. As Americans vent their anger, it doesn't change the likely outcome.
Good morning.
A bike-riding Joe and Jill Biden relaxing in Delaware as the president-elect ponders his cabinet member positions. The election behind him, inauguration ahead. In Washington, D.C., Alexis Daesh, 9 News.
All right, I just got sent this one to a text message, so let's watch this one.
The idea is just plain clothes and
That's not
smart
it.
tactics.
I thought I did it right. Hold on. Copy on my phone. Paste. There we go.
Hey! Don't touch her. Stand the fuck away from her. Don't touch her. Don't touch her. Those riot cops will come here and fuck you up. Don't fucking touch her.
That's what he's trying to do. He's just trying to antagonize us.
Hold on, let me make this better quality. I don't know why the quality's so bad. 360. Oh, that's the best quality it has, I guess.
All I'm telling you, I'm having a conversation with you guys. Okay. When you touch her, you're gonna get fucked.
By who? The right
guy?
Nobody's gonna get fucked.
And those people are gonna fuck me.
No, nobody's gonna fuck nobody up. Nobody's gonna fuck nobody up.
I don't know. Drunk Uncle is asking me a question. I don't know. Let me take a picture real quick and I can see.
No, they're not. Oh, they're just holding their shields just to be nice. They're holding shields just to be nice.
We're not worried about them. We're not worried about them, bro. We're telling you we're not worried about them. We're not worried about what you're saying, bro.
If you're not worried about it, then touch
You're saying you do what Jesus does.
I think you're right.
I'm saying, no, I didn't say I was Lord. I said if you touch a woman, I will fuck you guys up. I don't believe anybody touches her. I know you're not, but they are.
Then look, that's the women. Let the women handle the women handle. Let the men handle what the men handle. All right then. So let them handle their things. If they're two women and they got a problem, let the women handle up. Don't be trying to bully women.
Women are supposed to be protected.
But let them handle.
I don't give a fuck. Anybody touches her here,
she can handle herself.
I will fuck them up. Okay, I'm just warning you.
You don't even warn me, bro.
Alright, this is gonna be the last video, guys, because I gotta go do some meal prep. Man, what did you ask me to look for? Man gets hit with cowbell. Cowbell. But a man gets hit with cowbell. Trump supporter. Is it this one?
I gotta have more cowbell. Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell. More cowbell.
Was that the one you're talking about?
But let's begin this morning with the breaking news overnight out of Portland, Oregon, where one person was shot and killed after a protest there. NBC's Shaquille Brewster has the latest from Kenosha, Wisconsin, where 2 people were shot and killed during protests this week. Shaq, good morning.
Good morning. 1 week after the shooting of Jacob Blake, protests here in Kenosha were large but peaceful overnight. But we're monitoring a developing situation in Portland, Oregon, where protests have been ongoing for more than 90 days. Police are investigating after a man was shot and killed after a large group of Trump supporters in a caravan of some 600 cars drove downtown and clashed with counter demonstrators. Bystanders captured the shooting on camera, and we must warn you, the video is graphic. The victim does appear to be a white man, and the Associated Press is reporting this morning that the man was wearing a hat with the insignia of a far-right group called Patriot Prayer. That's a group that has clashed with Black Lives Matter protesters in the past. It's important to note that police are not connecting the shooting and the clashes that we saw, and they're asking for witnesses to come forward with any information that they have. But back here in Kenosha, where we have seen similar protests and similar clashes, the White House announcing overnight that President Trump will be making a visit on Tuesday. Willie?
Anyways, guys. All right. Well, that's it for me. It's been a long night, you know. Radio show hosts only do 4 hours, 3 hours, you know. I'm already past that 3-hour limit. So, I gotta go and, what do you call it? I gotta go do my meal prep. I haven't been eating right the last couple days. because I haven't been cooking the dinner and I haven't been pulling out this thing. So I've already pulled it out. Now I got to cut everything up. I got my food saver out. I got to vacuum seal everything and separate my 5 ounces of meat or chicken that I'm allowed to eat that Johnny Yuma has approved. So hope y'all have a good night. And that's it for Eddie Block Films here. And we'll be back on tomorrow night. Don't worry. And like I said, this Saturday, I am going to be in Los Angeles, Huntington Beach. I'm going to be out there filming. I'm sure MAGA Hulk's going to be there. Latinos for Trump is going to be there. I've been getting so many messages to get there and show up. So luckily, the thing that I was going to go do in at Gavin Newsom's kind of got hindered a little bit. So, like I said, I'll be there Saturday night. And by the way, on Friday, my classes have now switched to Friday nights. So Friday, we're going to do our show a little bit later than normal. So, all right, guys. We will see you then. Talk to you later. Have a good night.